currently two standout candidates to replace Marco Silva, who have had several meetings with the board. It's understood the Cottagers have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arbeloa, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Khan has suggested that there is no frontrunner for the job at this stage. However, he said that two candidates have met with the board several times. Sticking in football, and Rangers and RB Salzburg have completed a deal for Danny Roll to join the Austrian Bundesliga outfit. The 37-year-old will depart despite insisting he was committed to the summer rebuild at the Ibrox club. Also in football, and midfielder Bernardo Silva has joined Real Madrid on a 2-year deal, linking up with manager Jose Mourinho. Silva left Man City at the end of last season, bringing an end to a trophy-laden 9-year spell. Also in football, and Hull could face points deductions in the Premier League in the upcoming season. The Tigers have an overspend of about £6 million on their profit and sustainability calculation. Under the English Football League rules, that could lead to a 6-point penalty. Cycling now, and Belgium's Wout van Aert is set to miss next month's Tour de France with an elbow injury. The 31-year-old is a key rider for his team Visma alongside four-time Grand Tour winner Jonas Vingegaard. Van Aert will suffer the injury after falling in training before last week's Tour of Rhône Alpes stage in France, and an infection developed in his elbow. Moving on to rugby union now, and Max Ujoma and Noah Kalouri will have the chance to press their case for test starts after being named in the England backline to take on a France 15 in a non-cap match in Van on Friday. Centre Ujoma scored a try and was named player of the match in the win over Argentina in November, but he's not played for his country since. 19-year-old Kalouri, who has spelled out his ambition to make his England debut this summer, topped the Prem Gallagher's season try-scoring charts and dominated opponents aerially in a sensational breakout season with Saracens. Cricket now, and day one of the second test of the Oval between New Zealand and England is finally poised after the opening day. New Zealand were put into bat after England won the toss, and they reached 291 for 7 at the close of play. Tom Blundell made the highest score of the day. He made 51. As for England, where their top bowler was Sonny Baker making his debut, he took 2 for 63, and Jacob Bethell picked up 2 cheap wickets late on, as he had figures of 2 for 8 from his 5 overs. Archer, Fisher and Tongue all took 1 wicket. And finally, now finishing with a couple of stories in tennis, and British number 5 Arthur Ferry has kept the home hopes alive at the Queen's Championships as he's moved into the quarter-finals after beating Adrian Manarino. The world number 140 has reached his first ATP Tour quarter-final with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over the veteran Frenchman. And finally in tennis, and British stalwart Dan Evans will have to go through qualifying to make the main draw of the men's singles at Wimbledon after missing out on a wild card. The 36-year-old, who announced last week that he would end his tennis career after the Grand Slam, had hoped to receive one of the 8 singles wildcards to guarantee an emotional final appearance at his home Grand Slam. However, the final remaining places were awarded to British pair Harry Wendelken and Felix Gill on Wednesday. That's for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in football, and Fulham Vice Chair and Director of Football Operations Tony Khan says there are currently 2 standout candidates to replace Marco Silva, who have had several meetings with the board. It's understood the Cottagers have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arbeloa, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Khan has suggested that there is no frontrunner for the job at this stage. However, he said that 2 candidates have met with the board several times. Sticking in football, and Rangers and RB Salzburg have completed a deal for Danny Roll to join the Austrian Bundesliga outfit. The 37-year-old will depart despite insisting he was committed to the summer rebuild at the Ibrox club. Also in football, and midfielder Bernardo Silva has joined Real Madrid on a 2-year deal, linking up with manager Jose Mourinho. Silva left Man City at the end of last season, bringing an end to a trophy-laden 9-year spell. Also in football, and Hull could face points deductions in the Premier League in the upcoming season. The Tigers have an overspend of about £6 million on their profit and sustainability calculation. Under the English Football League rules, that could lead to a 6-point penalty. Cycling now, and Belgium's Wout van Aert is set to miss next month's Tour de France with an elbow injury. The 31-year-old is a key rider for his team Visma alongside four-time Grand Tour winner Jonas Vingegaard. Van Aert will suffer the injury after falling in training before last week's Tour of Rhône Alpes stage in France, and an infection developed in his elbow. Moving on to rugby union now, and Max Ujoma and Noah Kalouri will have the chance to press their case for test starts after being named in the England backline to take on a France 15 in a non-cap non-cap match in Van on Friday. Centre Ajoma scored a try and was named player of the match in the win over Argentina in November, but he's not played for his country since. 19-year-old Kalori, who has spelled out his ambition to make his England debut this summer, topped the Prem Gallagher's season try-scoring charts and dominated opponents aerially in a sensational breakout season with Saracens. Cricket now, and day one of the second test of the Oval between New Zealand and England is finally poised after the opening day. New Zealand were put into bat after England won the toss, and they reached 291 for 7 at the close of play. Tom Blundell made the highest score of the day. He made 51. As for England, where their top bowler was Sonny Baker making his debut, he took 2 for 63, and Jacob Bethell picked up 2 cheap wickets late on, as he had figures of 2 for 8 from his 5 overs. Archer, Fisher and Tongue all took 1 wicket. And finally, now finishing with a couple of stories in tennis, and British number 5 Arthur Ferry has kept the home hopes alive at the Queen's Championships as he's moved into the quarter-finals after beating Adrian Manarino. The world number 140 has reached his first ATP Tour quarter-final with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over the veteran Frenchman. And finally in tennis, and British stalwart Dan Evans will have to go through qualifying to make the main draw of the men's singles at Wimbledon after missing out on a wild card. The 36-year-old, who announced last week that he would end his tennis career after the Grand Slam, had hoped to receive one of the 8 singles wildcards to guarantee an emotional final appearance at his home Grand Slam. However, the final remaining places were awarded to British pair Harry Wendelken and Felix Gill on Wednesday. That's for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in football, and Fulham Vice Chair and Director of Football Operations Tony Khan says there are currently 2 standout candidates to replace Marco Silva, who have had several meetings with the board. It's understood the cottagers have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arbeloa, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Khan has suggested that there is no frontrunner for the job at this stage. However, he said that 2 candidates have met with the board several times. Sticking in football, and Rangers and RB Salzburg have completed a deal for Danny Roll to join the Austrian Bundesliga outfit. The 37-year-old will depart despite insisting he was committed to the summer rebuild at the Ibrox club. Also in football, midfielder Bernardo Silva has joined Real Madrid on a 2-year deal, linking up with manager Jose Mourinho. Silva left Man City at the end of last season, bringing an end to a trophy-laden 9-year spell. Also in football, and Hull could face points deductions in the Premier League in the upcoming season. The Tigers have an overspend of about £6 million on their profit and sustainability calculation. Under the English Football League rules, that could lead to a 6-point penalty. Cycling now, and Belgium's Wout van Aert is set to miss next month's Tour de France with an elbow injury. The 31-year-old is a key rider for his team Visma alongside 4-time Grand Tour winner Jonas Vingegaard. Van Aert he suffered the injury after falling in training before last week's Tour of Rhône-Alpes stage in France, and an infection developed in his elbow. Moving on to rugby union now, and Max Ajoma and Noah Kalori will have the chance to press their case for test starts after being named in the England backline to take on a France 15 in a non-cap match in Van on Friday. Centre Ajoma scored a try and was named player of the match in the win over Argentina in November, but he's not played for his country since. 19-year-old Kalori, who has spelled out his ambition to make his England debut this summer, topped the Prem Gallagher's season try-scoring charts and dominated opponents aerially in a sensational breakout season with Saracens. Cricket now, and day one of the second test of the Oval between New Zealand and England is finally poised after the opening day. New Zealand were put into bat after England won the toss, and they reached 291 for 7 at the close of play. Tom Blundell made the highest score of the day. He made 51. As for England, where their top bowler was Sonny Baker making his debut, he took 2 for 63, and Jacob Bethell picked up 2 cheap wickets late on, as he had figures of 2 for 8 from his 5 overs. Archer, Fisher and Tongue all took 1 wicket. And finally, now finishing with a couple of stories in tennis, and British number 5 Arthur Ferry has kept the home hopes alive at the Queen's Championships as he's moved into the quarter-finals after beating Adrian Manarino. The world number 140 has reached his first ATP Tour quarter-final with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over the veteran Frenchman. And finally in tennis, and British stalwart Dan Evans will have to go through qualifying to make the main draw of the men's singles at Wimbledon after missing out on a wild card. The 36-year-old, who announced last week that he would end his tennis career after the Grand Slam, had hoped to receive one of the 8 singles wildcards to guarantee an emotional final appearance at his home Grand Slam. However, the final remaining places were awarded to British pair Harry Wendelken and Felix Gill on Wednesday. That's for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in football, and Fulham Vice Chair and Director of Football Operations Tony Carl says there are currently two standout candidates to replace Marco Silva, who have had several meetings with the board. It's understood the cottagers have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arbeloa, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Carl has suggested that there is no frontrunner for the job at this stage. However, he said that two candidates have met with the board several times. Sticking in football, and Rangers and RB Salzburg have completed a deal for Danny Roll to join the Austrian and Bundesliga outfit. The 37-year-old will depart despite insisting he was committed to the summer rebuild at the Ibrox club. Also in football, and midfielder Bernardo Silva has joined Real Madrid on a 2-year deal, linking up with manager Jose Mourinho. Silva left Man City at the end of last season, bringing an end to a trophy-laden 9-year spell. Also in football, and Hull could face points deductions in the Premier League in the upcoming season. The Tigers have an overspend of about £6 million on their profit and sustainability calculation. Under the English Football League rules, that could lead to a 6-point penalty. Cycling now, and Belgium's Wout van Aert is set to miss next month's Tour de France with an elbow injury. The 31-year-old is a key rider of his team Visma alongside four-time Grand Tour winner Jonas Vingegaard. Van Aert he suffered the injury after falling in training before last week's Tour of Rhône-Alpes stage in France, and an infection developed in his elbow. Moving on to rugby union now, and Max Ujoma and Noah Kalouri will have the chance to press their case for test starts after being named in the England backline to take on a France 15 in a non-cap match in Van on Friday. Centre Ujoma scored a try and was named player of the match in the win over Argentina in November, but he's not played for his country since. 19-year-old Kalouri, who was spelled out his ambition to make his England debut this summer, topped the Prem Gallagher's season try-scoring charts and dominated opponents aerially in a sensational breakout season with Saracens. Cricket now, and day one of the second test of the Oval between New Zealand and England is finally poised after the opening day. New Zealand were put into bat after England won the toss, and they reached 291 for 7 at the close of play. Tom Blundell made the highest score of the day. He made 51. As for England, where their top bowler was Sonny Baker making his debut, he took 2 for 63, and Jacob Bethell picked up 2 cheap wickets late on, as he had figures of 2 for 8 from his 5 overs. Archer, Fisher and Tongue all took 1 wicket. And finally, now finishing with a couple of stories in tennis, and British number 5 Arthur Ferry has kept the home hopes alive at the Queen's Championships as he's moved into the quarter-finals after beating Adrian Manarino. The world number 140 has reached his first ATP Tour quarter-final with a 7-6, 6-4 victory over the veteran Frenchman. And finally in tennis, and British stalwart Dan Evans will have to go through qualifying to make the main draw of the men's singles at Wimbledon after missing out on a wild card. The 36-year-old, who announced last week that he would end his tennis career after the Grand Slam, had hoped to receive one of the 8 singles wildcards to guarantee an emotional final appearance at his home Grand Slam. However, the final remaining places were awarded to British pair Harry Wendelken and Felix Gill on Wednesday. That's for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. I'm James Mason. We'll begin in football, and Fulham Vice Chair and Director of Football Operations Tony Carl says there are currently two standout candidates to replace Marco Silva, who have had several meetings with the board. It's understood the cottagers have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arbeloa, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Carl has suggested that there is no frontrunner for the job at this stage. However, he said that two candidates have met with the board several times. Sticking in football, and Rangers and RB Salzburg have completed a deal for Danny Roll to join the Austrian and Bundesliga outfit. The 37-year-old will depart despite insisting he was committed to the summer rebuild at the Ibrox club. Also in football, and midfielder Bernardo Silva has joined Real Madrid on a 2-year deal, linking up with manager Jose Mourinho. Silva left Man City at the end of last season, bringing an end to a trophy-laden 9-year spell. Also in football, and Hull could face points deductions in the Premier League in the upcoming season. The Tigers have an overspend of about £6 million on their profit and sustainability calculation. Under the English Football League rules, that could lead to a 6-point penalty. Cycling now, and Belgium's Wout van Aert is set to miss next month's Tour de France with an elbow injury. The 31-year-old is a key rider of his team Visma alongside four-time Grand Tour winner Jonas Vingegaard. Van Aert he suffered the injury after falling in training before last week's Tour of Rhône-Alpes stage in France, and an infection developed in his elbow. Moving on to rugby union now, and Max Ujoma and Noah Kalouri will have the chance to press their case for test starts after being named in the England backline to take on a France 15 in a non-cap that match in Van on Friday. Centre Ajoma scored a try and was named player of the match in the win over Argentina in November, but he's not played for his country since. 19-year-old Kalori, who has spelled out his ambition to make his England debut this summer, topped the Prem Gallagher's season try-scoring charts and dominated opponents airily in a sensational breakout season with Saracens. Cricket now, and day one of the second test of the Oval between New Zealand and England is finally poised after the opening day. New Zealand were put into bat after England won the toss, and they reached 291 for 7 at the close of play. Tom Blundell made the highest score of the day. He made a
fixtures. Both of these sides are coming off the back of opening game draws. For New Zealand, they surrendered a lead on 2 occasions against Iran to draw 2-2 as instantly New Zealand are on the attack. Down the right hand side, it's Makoa. I'll break off for the time being. Makoa across the face of goal. Decent delivery. Well dealt with by the goalkeeper, and Egypt can just about clear their lines, but it's a great start. They've cleared it straight the way of Makoa once again, who turns away, checks it onto the right hand side for Singh. Starting how they started against Iran, and they've won a throw-in. Great start from New Zealand, but like I said, 2-2 draw against Iran. For Egypt, they got a great draw against Belgium, but they had the lead in that one as well, where they couldn't hold on to it. They scored a great goal in that one as well. The number 8, Ashua, with the finish from distance. Great start to this one, really high tempo. That's what we want in the 2 AM fixtures onwards. For us commentating in the UK, we need good games to keep us awake, and it's myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Lewis Raftery to bring you coverage of this one. Lewis, good start to this one. On paper, it's not the most thrilling of looking games, is it? I'll come to Lewis in a moment because Marmoush almost broke through, but it's good defending from Sermon. Lewis, fingers crossed, we get a great game. It's been a good start.
Yeah, it's been a good 90 seconds open, and you're spot on there, aren't you? And yeah, you are right. Look, we look forward to all these games, and we cover a lot of them. And you're spot on in the UK. What we're getting: 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock fixture kick-off. Long ball over the top, nearly falling for Chris Wood there. But yeah, you're right. Look, we want games at 6 o'clock in the afternoon for us to pick good games out of them. But yeah, especially this time, and it's one of them, isn't it, where a lot of games, teams that haven't won their first game, the second game becomes massive, doesn't it? Realistically, that whoever wins this can kind of secure well, first of all, they'll secure a top spot, won't they, because of the draw, as you spoke about with Belgium in the earlier game. But it's really important for 3 points. I thought Egypt looked very good against Belgium. New Zealand looked very good against Iran, didn't they? We want this high tempo start. Cliche as it comes, the first goal will be so important, and both these teams, I think the 11s are, I think they're quite underrated. I think both of these teams have some great players, but then there's standout players, for example, a Salah and a Chris Wood, isn't there? So let's see if we'll get some magic from either of them.
Yeah, Chris Wood was brilliant against Iran. I don't think I've seen him look that sharp in years. He was moving like a striker who's known for being quite quick and agile, which I don't think Chris Wood is. With no disrespect, he's a great striker. He's always scored goals in the Premier League. The best strikers, some of the best strikers, move to the Premier League and can't do that. So credit to him for that. But yeah, he looked great against Iran, really sharp. Coming off the back of quite an injury-riddled season as well. That's why I was so impressed. And speaking of the 2 sets of players, I can bring you the lineups 3 minutes in while the ball's out of play for a New Zealand throw-in. It's Krokon in goal for New Zealand. A back 4 of Payne, Sermon, Boxall and Kasase. A midfield 2 of Bell and Stamenic, with a attacking trio of Makoa, Singh and Elijah Just, sat just behind Chris Wood. Whereas for Egypt, they have Shabaya in goal. Back 4 of Hani, Ibrahim Fathi and Fatu. Midfield duo of Atia and Lachine, with Zico and Ashwa on the wings, and Mo Salah sat just behind Marmoush, who leads the line. Salah playing in the number 10 role for Egypt in this World Cup so far. Salah is in possession now, turns away from his man. He'll be desperate to get a goal today.
He will, and I think it suits him a little bit more, doesn't it? I'm not saying he can't play off the right, but I think this is a position that will suit him much more. It's a position you see loads of wide players, don't you, that when they were younger, that they're a goal-scoring winger, they go into a more central area as they get older. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi was a bit more central anyway as a false 9. But I think Mohamed Salah, whether you play him as that false 9 or as a number 10, as you say, I think as well Marmoush Marmoush, as he's pressing down there, he's a relentless presser. He's such a pacey forward as well. I think he really complements Salah quite well as a duo. It means that Salah can drift around. You've got, as you spoke about, Zyko off the right and Ashur, who's got that great goal, as you've already spoke about, off the left. It gives them a bit more balance, if you will, and Marmoush is always a danger in behind. I think, unfortunately, when he's playing second fiddle to Erling Haaland, it's always a little bit unfortunate at club level, but I think he's a top player. Here come New Zealand, great tackle in the middle. But once again, both these sides showing no fear, and now Salah's coming forward.
I think, unfortunately, Marmoush finds himself under the Julian Alvarez debacle, where if you left, you probably turn into an unbelievable player. Already is. Julian Alvarez already was, but you have to maybe sometimes move on for your own good. As much as he's winning trophies for Manchester City, I think Marmoush is probably someone where I'm intrigued to see what happens with him under Maresca. I think Maresca might have very different ideas, might rotate a lot more as well. We know Marmoush is a player that can play multiple roles, can't he? You could probably say he can play all across the whole 4 positions of an attack, which is great credit to him. And his quality. Game's just slowed down over the last 2 minutes or so. Goal kick for the New Zealand, as we see them go long towards Chris Wood. It's nowhere near him in the end, and well headed away, but they're going to want to get Elijah Just involved, aren't they, in this one? New Zealand coming off the back of 2 great goals against Iran. Ball ricochets though to Mohamed Salah. He's driving forward with a decent opportunity. Cuts inside onto his left boot. He's still going up, and he's up, takes a deflection. They're claiming for handball. Never. It's well blocked away and into the path of Payne. I'm just saying to Lewis, it's not much of an extraordinary stat, but Elijah Just is the first Motherwell player to ever score at a World Cup. Like I said, when I see that stat, it didn't feel groundbreaking to me. I wasn't necessarily that surprised, but it's a fact, and it is a stat to give Elijah Just. But what a moment it was for him in that game. Really impressive, well, not just because of the goals. He was fantastic throughout the whole game, creating chances, and there he is again. What a great touch from him. His first real involvement in this game is a good one. Nice ball into Chris Wood, and this is nice play for New Zealand, who are on the left hand side. It's Cassia on the attack. He lays it off for Singh, who opens it up, goes for goal, and he puts it just wide. In the end, he had the goalkeeper on full stretch, Shawbeer, but just as we started to talk about him, while I was praising him, he started to move, Elijah Just.
He did, and it was a lovely ball from Chris Wood out to the left-hand side, wasn't it? And it felt kindly for Singh to go for that strike and try and test the keeper. It's a little bit wider than I originally first thought, watching a few replays of it back. Going to watch that, as you say, half-hearted a shout for a handball from Salah's strike. Well, we were, and then our pictures go straight back to live pictures. Big tackle coming in, but it's a good one. Fiery start to this game. Salah coming forward again. Just the man winning the ball. He's been fantastic. That's what these games can be, can't they? That you go into it, you Egypt, New Zealand, and you just get these as the referees in the way of the ball, slowing it down, unfortunately. But this is where you see those players. For example, my one would be Kangin Lee in the first game, in the second half against Czechia. He plays against for PSG, and he looks all right. Does he look groundbreaking? No. You watch him play for his country, and you kind of see the real player come out, don't you? It's the same for Youth today, and a lot of players. One of the star is Salah, but Shaw was the man who took the headlines in the last game, for example.
Yeah, exactly that. And the referee getting in the way, that's really frustrating, because it was great from Just again, not just with the tackle, but his pass and his 1-2. They were completely aware. That is frustrating, but we now see Singh, another one who caught the eye. They all did. They were great at New Zealand. Probably deserved the win against Iran. Weren't able to get it, though. And of course, Iran held Belgium to a 1-1 draw in early's fixture. So every single game so far played in this group has been a draw, which gives a great opportunity for these two sides. New Zealand might feel like they need it a bit more with their game being against Belgium, but I tell you what, Belgium look that poor that, hey, why can't New Zealand go and do something against them? I think Belgium's best centre-back in Nathan Ngoy, he's red-carded as well, so he's going to be missing that game. So what an opportunity for maybe Chris Wood to bully his way through those defenders. We now see New Zealand in possession. It's Boxall plays it all the way back for Stamanic. Now it's going to be with Sermon to the right-hand side for Payne. New Zealand definitely look the more comfortable in the opening 9 minutes.
Yeah, the ball in control out there, on the ball, knocking it around, as you say. I think as well, perhaps because of the pace of a Marmoush, Egypt are happy to sit back because they know that the pacing behind of Marmoush is so lethal. Whereas New Zealand, like, right, if we can get on the ball, knock it around Chris Wood. What I will say is, I really do think he's underrated from him. I think how he can pick a pass out to his teammates, he's really underrated. I mean, the one thing I'd seen a few times, on the Premier League's different intensity, some of the chest controls in that first game, as you were speaking about, were absolutely out of this world. So it's one of them, isn't it, where it's old school, everyone says, going forward to him. But when it works, I just think, it's a good tactic, isn't it? But Egypt, when they're on the ball, swinging out to the right side, they don't look as comfortable, and New Zealand look a little bit more energetic at the moment, and comfortable, as you say.
Yes, we now see a great challenge in from Just again to win the ball back. Picks the pass for Bell in midfield. Now on the left-hand side, one shot apiece for both sides in this opening 10 minutes. Just waiting for the real chances to start flowing in. And you'll just see the ball in the middle of the park. It's with Egypt. Like I said, one shot apiece so far. Ball into the middle for Marmoush. Decent first touch. He's been followed the whole way by Sermon. And that's a great ball into Ashwat in the midfield. He opens it up, plays it to the right-hand side for Hani, who's on the attack. The number 3. Thought about the dinked ball in. Doesn't go for it. Ashwat finds Mo Salah. And he goes to the left-hand side for Fatum. Now it's on the left again. Ashwar into the penalty area. Turns away from Sermon. Recycles it again for Atia. Atia with a switch of play. Is it overhit for Hani? He is just about. He got the touch. He got there. Couldn't keep it in play though.
It's a good idea, just poor execution, isn't it, unfortunately? But again, Egypt, possibly, and this is, again, I'm not trying to take anything, as you spoke about, everyone in a white jersey for New Zealand had a great game against Iran. As you said, I'm not knocking it. Possibly when it comes to the top quality, you would maybe say Egypt have a little bit more of that in the final third. And if you're saying it's going to be a little piece of magic, that's what Egypt could do. So if they get it right in the final third, I think they could win this. But as we just covered the great Uruguay Cape Verde game, what a classic that was. I would recommend anyone who hasn't had that, watched that, to definitely be watching some of the highlights or full coverage of that. But what we saw is, I always thought Uruguay would win that game just because they had the final third quality. They just didn't use it to what they had. Whereas Cape Verde, they took their chances. It could be one of them. And we also spoke about Uruguay. It was when you get to half an hour in, what score is it? How's the game going? It could be very similar to this because both teams want to win. Will it get to a point where both teams are more scared to go forward because they don't want to lose this, and it's that important?
Yeah, it is. As we now see the ball on the left-hand side, it's going to be with Fatu once again. He goes across to Atia. Looks for the switch of play. Egypt have just started to take control, haven't they, over this last 3 minutes or so. It's a decent start for New Zealand, but they're having all the ball now. The Egyptians, ball over the top, is well defended, or it was well defended, breaks into the penalty area towards Mo Salah. He opens it up looking for Marmoush. And there was Makoa tracking back. His clearance is a good one as well. It finds Just Singh with a terrible challenge. And in the end, a good sliding challenge from the left back who had to get it spot on. In fact, sliding across. Could have been a breakaway there. It
could have been. That was really nice. It's a clearance, but it found the left boot of use, didn't it? It was really nice. And yeah, Egypt, again, as I say, they look really good. Zaiko down the right-hand side is a really good player. And again, Salah, just unfortunate. It was one of them, it was a heavy touch, and then he couldn't really get either a pass or shot off, could he? Great hold-up play there. Look at Chris Wood, he's got 2 or 3 Egyptian players on him, and it's men versus boys, and that's 2 big centre-backs in Fabi and Ibrahim, but he does really well. Again, you are just waiting, as you said, about the clear-cut chances. Yeah, it's early on, but you're waiting, who gets the first one? Who does it fall to? Does it fall to Chris Wood, Mohamed Salah? Does it fall for a centre-back from the corner? Who knows? But that'll be the real first tell of who gets the first clear-cut chance.
Yeah, it will be. Even start so far. I think both sides have enjoyed around 7 minutes each, in my opinion. No goalkeeper being tested just yet. Ball on the left-hand side from Just is a great one down the line for Stamenic. Just switched off there for the moment, didn't it? Stamenic goes straight through the middle. No free kick given. Ball in behind, looking towards Just. He gets there, he goes for goal. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. Puts it behind from the corner. He's brilliant. It's Elijah Just. I mean, he has started this game fantastically. They're frustrated with Egypt. They believe they should have got a free kick for a raised arm from Stamenic. Didn't seem a lot in it for me. Just tries to catch the goalkeeper out. I think Chris Wood's maybe actually got a bit of a a right to be complaining, which he is, that he maybe didn't just play it across the face of goal, but he's won a corner.
I think it was depend, wouldn't it? Because Chris Wood wants the ball. Let's be honest, if that had ended up in the back of the net, he would have cared because it was well saved by Shabir. That's where he's probably asking for it. It would have been a good ball into the box. Watching the replay, I think he gets a bit of a connection with him, but it's not a malicious elbow, is it? It's just you get caught, and it's unfortunate. From a corner, I can imagine number 9 captain Chris Wood will be the target. But about Juice, Motherwell, when you see certain players have games, the price rises a bit, doesn't it? Motherwell, let's just add a couple more millions onto him, because he's, as you said, he's been fantastic so far.
Been great, hasn't he? At the moment, corner whipped in towards the centre of the penalty area. There's Sermon! What a header that is! The defending is terrible from Egypt, but it's New Zealand who have the lead in this one in Vancouver. Bullet header from Sermon with the finish. They are loving life. It is the Portland Timbers centre half with it, and it is 1-0 New Zealand from the corner.
As you say, what a header. Delivery is absolutely spot on from Payne. Egypt are unhappy about something. My assumption is maybe about the elbow that they wanted to foul before the corner came in. But that is a beautiful delivery. They lose a man. And I feel for the goalkeeper, Shabir. He's got absolutely no chance. And it's a bullet header, as you rightfully said. It's a great leap. It's one of them. It's when everything comes together. The ball's perfect. The leap is perfect. Their header is spot on. It is perfect. And to a degree, with Egypt, first of all, it was terrible defending. And you're so focused on a Chris Wood that kind of a Sermon, who's a great header of the ball, goes under the radar. So that's also another problem. But what a header that is. And we've had a great just over 15 minutes so far. We said who's going to get the first big chance, who's going to maybe make a mistake. It was Egypt defensively, and it's a great header from Sermon.
Yeah, I think they've been the better so far. Maybe not deserving of having the lead, but they've had 2 shots on target now, and one of them finding the back of the net. Egypt now have to wake up. They've been dominant in possession, Egypt, at times, but haven't been able to turn it into looking dangerous. They've not looked dangerous at all, in my opinion, so far, whereas New Zealand, and I felt this against Iran, every time they got in the final third, they were doing something pretty good with the ball. They're making use of their moments rather than wasting them. We now see Bell in towards Makoa, and now it's Stamenic as they win the ball back. Good opening 16 minutes. Like I said, you look at this fixture on paper, 2 a.m. kickoff for us, you think, oh, this could be a tricky one to keep your eyes away come the hour mark. But great start to this one. Really enjoyed it. That's a high boot from the number 17, Lachine, on Singh. He's dropping quite central, isn't he, Singh at the moment? It's actually a yellow card as well.
I mean, it's a high, but I don't know if it's a yellow card worthy. Watch a replay back of it. I think he catches him. It's one of them. I think he's going for the ball and he's just late. I think the yellow card's a little bit harsh, if I'm being honest. But I mean, this is the thing as well, and this is what it's cliche, and you've probably heard a few people say it. This is what's so special about a World Cup. The 85th ranked nation. If you were just to say on paper where are New Zealand ranked and Egypt ranked, one's ranked 29. I know 85 is a long way away, but one's ranked 85. You would say, well, New Zealand on the 29th ranked side. No, they're the worst. They're the lowest seeded side by FIFA rankings in this competition, and they're being superb. The stopping play gives us an opportunity to watch a goal back, and you're spot on. It's terrible defending, but he's lovely movement from Sermon and a great ball and a great header. And you're spot on, Kira. They deserve the lead fully.
Yeah, they do. And as we now see the ball switched across, and it's a little bit overhit for Boxall. Goes behind for throw-in. And throwing in the hands of Hani. Ready to take this one. He does throw it down the line. Just going into the challenge. And it's well cleared away. Boxall now finds Singh, who clears his lines down the left. What I quite liked about New Zealand's opener against Iran is when they had the lead, it didn't feel like they were sitting on them. Yes, they got punished both times, but they were trying for more goals every time. There's a slip in the middle, and here comes Elijah Just on the attack. He's going to open it up. He hits it from distance, takes a deflection, and goes behind for a throw. And he's just pouncing on everything. He's been outstanding.
I mean, he's playing on the left, but he's almost a box-to-box midfielder, isn't he? He's winning the ball, as you say, getting involved. And yeah, that's what you want to see, is they take this throw in quickly. They might win a corner. No, it's kept in play, but only for a moment, another throw-in. But that's what we like to see. I think sometimes, again, we cover a lot of football, you do see a bit of that negative, don't you? 1-0 heads, let's defend and let's see a game out. It's so refreshing and positive to see a team go 1-0 up as a chance comes in, shot is saved, just nearly there. Again, it's so positive to see a side go 1-0 up and want more.
Yeah, I want him more. As we now see just again on the left-hand side, he chips a great ball in behind. The number 13 for New Zealand, Kasase, the fullback, just completely falls over in the penalty area. There's also a yellow card for Singh for stopping a counter-attack, but not the left-back's finest of moments. That comes Lewis in a moment because they've taken the free kick quickly, and here's Ashwa on the attack. He goes to the left-hand side for Fatu. Cuts inside onto his left boot. He finds Atia. Switch of play to the right-hand side finds Hani as well. Can't express enough how good this start's been to this game, as there's a strike from distance, takes a deflection and goes behind for a corner.
It does. What I would say is, when it comes to set pieces, defending and attacking them, you'd probably back New Zealand, wouldn't you? They're a bigger, stronger side. Just in confirmation, as Kieran said, the yellow card for Singh. Whereas you look at New Zealand, they've got two big defenders in Chris Wood. Stamanic is no small man either. Whereas this corner's got to be pinpoint, and they're trying to get back in the game. They take it short, but he goes all the way back nearly to halfway line, but still coming forward.
Yeah, ball down the line for Mo Salah. It looked offside to me. Nothing given in the end. Salah lays it back off. Ball whipped in from Ati is a dangerous one, and a header skims off the head of an Egypt man and goes behind for a goal kick. Or does it? No, I think he's gone for a corner.
It has. It wait for confirmation there. I mean, I was just as confused as you there, Kira, because no, it was almost a couple of Egypt players were walking away. Some were staying. Mamouche takes a corner quickly, but the referee's going to say, well, no one was quite prepared. I don't even think the referee was, as I think he's pointing now to a goal kick, so they're just as confused as we are.
Yeah, goal kick in the end. It did skim off the head of an Egypt man. So the goal kick has been given. Just seeing back that save moments ago from Shabir had to be alert because it was out of nowhere, wasn't it? It was a little bit of a snapshot.
It was, and I think that's just him trying to hook the ball, wasn't it, on goal and test the keeper. But you're right, it's one you expect him to make, but you have to react well. Did exactly that. It's a save you expect him to make, as I say, but you can only do what you're expected to do. Egypt, they've got to get a goal back in it, I'd say, before half-time. Sure, I will say, I do think he's looking very good. I just feel on that left-hand side, as he nearly bundles into the back of Sermon, he's just not got the pace, really, has he, for the left-hand side. Great dribbler, great. I think if you play him in the middle, he really excels, but just Egypt struggling to create any chances.
Yeah, ball towards Chris Wood. We've actually not said his name too much. As much as New Zealand have looked pretty good so far, Chris Wood has absolutely not been involved at all for New Zealand so far. Forward balls of poor one again from Egypt. It's going to trickle out of play for a throw-in. So throw-in goes the way of New Zealand. But with that, 22 minutes in, there is going to be a hydration break. Well, I covered the Belgian game as well. It's the third game of the night for me. The Belgian game, the hydration break came in the 30th minute, which was very random. I think it's because there was some stoppages before it, etc. But yeah, it doesn't seem too much of a rhythm to it.
No, and I think maybe that's, I mean, of course, it's a quite controversial topic. People obviously mostly dislike them and stuff. And again, maybe it is because it's some referees hit them at this moment and others don't they? As well, we covered the last game as I spoke about Uruguay Cape Verde in the second half. The referee was going to continue the game, brought two subs on, and then as the goalkeeper was about to kick the ball from a goal kick, he went, no, we'll have a hydration break now. And you go, why could you not have done that before the subs came on? Or could you not have left it for the ball to goal kick taken and the next time it goes out of play? I'm not sure. I don't know again if there's certain rules have got to do, right, it's got to hit this minute to do it, as you said, there's got to be this amount in play. I'm not too sure, but this is probably, as we hit 22 minutes on the dot, didn't we, when it was given as a hydration break, probably one of the earlier ones we've had in the tournament. See ref cam view of the goal. I mean, we know the referees have a great view anyway, but what a view of the goal that is. But unfortunately for Egypt as well, the problem, I know it's less than 10 minutes since New Zealand scored, they just haven't responded, have they? They haven't really got anything going. As you rightfully pointed out, New Zealand, if anything, looked hungry to go get a second and then maybe shut up shop a little bit more. You've got that 2-goal buffer, but at the moment, Egypt are really struggling early on. But again, hydration breaks, you do see sometimes swing of momentum from them. Could be one here.
Yeah, and it could be that swing of momentum. Both sets of coaches just going through instructions. The Egypt head coach looking a little bit more animated than the New Zealand one. As they're all smiling and loving life with each other. Actually, the New Zealand manager is laughing with Katase probably from that fall in the penalty area. The sprinklers may have just absolutely drenched the New Zealand side as well, which maybe usually you wouldn't like that. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise for them. Maybe they don't mind the sprinklers attacking them in these conditions. But with that 24 minutes on the clock, we've reached the halfway stage of this first half. It's been a great 24 minutes so far. Fingers crossed it continues, and it will be Lewis to take you through to half time.
Cheers, Kieran. It's been as you said, sometimes you get these, especially from our time, UK time, 2 o'clock in the morning. For us, early doors, if you will. An early Monday morning, a lot of people by the time we're finishing up will be waking up, won't there, if you're very early for work, whereas we're just wrapping up. And we want every game to be good, no matter if it's going to be a big game in the group, whether it's 2 lesser sides, like it is really on paper, between the 85th ranked side of New Zealand, the lowest ranked side in the competition, 29th ranked for FIFA for Egypt, and it's been a fantastic 22 minutes. We've just hit the 25th minute, as Kieran said, just over halfway through this first half, so we're looking at minimum, of course, 2 to 3 minutes of stoppage time, and that's not taking into account any other stoppages the goal we've had as well. Egypt look very frantic whenever they do get the ball as well. New Zealand, you've already spoke about, Kieran, that have a bit more calmness to the when they're on the ball. Again, just slowing down, taking that touch or making that first time pass. Whereas for me, Egypt looks so frantic to get the ball forward to Marmoush and Salah, ball over the top, and he heads it away. Not as far as just into Chris Wood, holds it up well, plays it back, strike comes in, and it's deflected away. Now Egypt might hit on a counter-attack. Salah with a ball over the top. It wasn't a traditional block away. And then on Marmoush, I thought that was a clear foul. Referee says no, and Egypt might hit on the counter here. Salah back into a shower. He was the man who opened the scoring in the 1-0 draw against Belgium. Back to Marmoush. Curling effort, saved by the keeper. On the rebound, it's not dealt with, and then he grabs it. They're asking for a pass back. I think it came off the thigh, off of the New Zealand defender, but nearly a mistake at the back there. Salah pouncing on the mistake from Kirkcombe. But Egypt will maybe build a bit of confidence from that one. But whenever they do get on the ball, they seem a bit frantic to get it up to Salah, get it up to Marmoush, instead of maybe just knocking it around and having a bit of possession. Yeah,
exactly that. And Marmoush with the strike and goal, finally forcing a first save from Kirkcombe, and it was almost a mess off the back of the save as well. That's a great ball in towards the head of Chris Ward. He heads it wide. Good opportunity. It's a physical mismatch between him and the centre halves, and he puts it wide.
Yeah, that was one of them where I think if you were to say to Chris Wood, what chance do you want? Put the ball on my head when I'm in between the 2 defenders. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the power he really wanted and desired from that cross. Goal kick coming up though for Egypt. They wanted to take it quickly. I think Shabir wanted to play it short. Instead, the referee mustn't be happy with something. He's got to be careful he doesn't go over the time limit, if you will, for goal kicks. Ball to the left-hand side, floated long, looking for Marmoush, trying to maybe get him a little bit more involved. When him and Salah are on the ball, they're of course looking really dangerous. Shower trying to take it away from his man. He does well, and then Payne does he bring him down? No, he might have caught him, but he wins the ball for the Omar Mohamed Al Ali, the UAE official. And Shower is still down. I'm not saying he hasn't been caught, but the ball was last off of the Egyptian winger. Payne does ever so well to win it. He catches his heel after he's won the ball, and again, I won't sit here and say that isn't a bit painful, but the referee looks at him, looks at the bench and goes, come on, it's not a foul, let's just keep this game going. We don't want stop and starts, we want a good flow about this. Long ball forward from that throw-in, finds Wood again, just brings it down, so lovely. Chest control, just knocks it down and keeps play going. New Zealand are forced all the way back though, but it's cool, confident play. As soon as I say that, Kirkcombe with a poor pass away out to the left-hand side, looking for Stamanic, but well over hit. And Egypt will get the throw in, but halfway into their own half will be need to take the fullback, trying to maybe get a few players further forward, takes it short instead. To find Salah, they can't find him on that occasion. This is a decent press from Egypt, but again, New Zealand do look ever so confident. And again, it's cliche, but this is what a goal can do, a lead can do. They had that great first game against Iran. Maybe if Iran beat them, that'd be a different story, wouldn't it? Long ball forward for Wood, deals with it well. As Kieran said, he's got it too easy against the back four of Egypt. He's too big and too strong for them. As a New Zealand player throws away the ball, and after Salah won a free kick, and he's not happy. Is it this skipper? He wanted maybe a yellow card for throwing the ball away and stopping the Egyptians from advancing, but they've got the ball just inside the New Zealand half. But every time they win the ball, looks so different, where it's Makawa, Singh, or just for New Zealand. Egypt with Ibrahim out to the right hand side to Hani. For the ball in behind for Zico. He's going to take a heavy touch there off of Stamanic and out for a throw-in. Just approaching half an hour in here at the Vancouver Stadium, and his unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Group G. As New Zealand 1, Egypt 0, going to sleep for just a second with Egyptian defenders from a corner, and Finn Sermon grabbing bullet header. It was one of the best headed finishes I've seen in a while to make it 1-0 to the All Whites, and the fans have it all to do. A shower plays it short to the left hand side. Sheen. Again, it's very, very slow. I think Egypt look much better when they are trying to attack and getting it further forward. In at least a quick succession, I should say. Salah. Marmouche. Can't be held up there. It's good tackling. And Zico just can't come away with the ball. And half an hour in, it's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. They're looking very good for the lead as well. New Zealand, that might be a handball, but no, Hani comes away with it. And at the moment, Egypt, is there anything clear cut that you could say, right, that's what they're doing well at, and they've got to attempt that more? Of course, I need Marmouche and Salah more involved, but there's only so much they can do without maybe overexposing themselves. But at the moment, I'm sure that New Zealand are over the moon.
Yeah, they will be. They look good in this opening 31 minutes. Yes, they've gone a bit poorer over the last, maybe since I passed over to you, not creating any chances, but it's New Zealand, and they're 1-0 up in the World Cup. They're going to be happy. They're going to be happy to defend for the time being, because Egypt don't look dangerous for the time being. But yeah, fingers crossed we see more entertainment, a more end-to-end game. Uruguay-Cape Verde was a slow starter. That turned into an unbelievable game.
Yes, maybe a slow burner. Marmouche looks to go past 1-2. Well defended by Sermon. Salah nearly gone on the end of that long outstretched leg by the New Zealand defender and a New Zealand scorer, of course. He does win the ball in the end, does Muslera, and punts it long. Easily won though at the back there by his teammate. Now Egypt once again heavy on the left hand side. Shower back into the middle for Ataya. 1-2 between himself and Fatau. Ball put forward, looking for the run there of a Shower. He just can't reach there, trying to press higher. Egypt trying to play it from the back here in New Zealand, but they've done it exceptionally well, and they're going to have an opportunity to come further forward. Singh, has he lost possession there? Yes, he has. So credit to Egypt. That was a really good press. They do look a little bit off it in terms of what they want to do and what they don't want to do. Ball quickly from a throw and taken into Lasheen, as we already spoke about on the yellow card, so he's got to be careful. Right hand side, Zico. Back heel into the feet of right hand side, Hani. It's very, very slow, and New Zealand, even when they're passing the ball around, there's a bit of quickness and just tempo to their player, whereas New Zealand are doing well. I think Egypt are very slow, but they are coming forward. So I'm saying that's a poor pass. Out to the right hand side it goes. Won't be floating crosses in because you've got three big centre backs. Ball forward, Shaw. Is he taken down on the edge of the area? Yes, he is. That might be a yellow card as well for McCowett. Yes, it is. They were stretching to get the ball. It was a very, very close one. But Egypt now have a dangerous free kick right on the edge of the area.
Right on the edge of the box for Egypt. Really good opportunity. Yellow card for McCowett as well. Slightly toe on the ball, but he does have to go through a shower to get there. So, yeah, it is a free kick and the right decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of them where Kieran's spot on it. Might win the ball, and again, sound very old school, maybe 30, 40 years ago, she thought it was a good tackle, but Kieran's right, it goes through the back of the midfielder, so big opportunity now. Salah's going to be over it, he's probably the best left-footed option. On this side, does it suit a left footer more than a right?
Yeah, I think so. We saw a very similar thing in Uruguay, didn't we? De La Cruz on the edge of the box. Valverde took it in the end, and it should have been a left footer, in my opinion. I'd be so shocked if we don't see Salah hit this one, but maybe Marmoush fancies his chances.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I think Kieran is right. It looks like it'll be Salah, especially how they're testing the wall. Our cameras do pan to Marmoush. He's got that great goal in the Europa League from a free kick against Leipzig, just before he's moved to Manchester City. Of course, he's been just about a year and a half for Pep Guardiola's former side. They will allow Marmoush. Now he rolls it back to Salah, who goes for goal, and it is just wide, trying to place it. To be fair, the goalkeeper Cracombe was all at sea. He wasn't going to reach it. The question is, how close was it? Run over from Marmoush, back heel, and Salah, you can see what he's trying to do. He gets curl on it in the end, but he kind of stabs it at first straight, doesn't he? Then it starts to curl. If he maybe curls that from minute uno, maybe that is in the back of the net, but at least to try and, well, they nearly got a shot in the back of the net, of course. That's some really good link-up play from the team there. On the left-hand side, maybe an opportunity for New Zealand. But again, it's one of them, that free kick, isn't it? You've got to work something, because it's a great position, but sometimes a little bit too close, whereas an opportunity opened up for Salah there.
Yeah, it did. It caught New Zealand off guard a little bit, didn't it? No one really flew out the wall to close him down, Salah, because they expected Marmoush to shoot. I don't mind it. Nice little bit of improvisation, but yeah, not a great effort from Salah, unlike him as well, with a good opportunity. But New Zealand on the attack just won't go through. It hasn't really gone their way, New Zealand, over the last 10 minutes in attack.
Yeah, they've just not been able to link up. Maybe Egypt have, he spoke about Walker up a little bit, I'm not too sure. 36.5 minutes on the clock. All the action from the Vancouver Stadium. 1-1 if you are joining unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. A goal from Finn Sermon, the difference maker so far. Egypt trying to manoeuvre the ball. They've got it at the back for the moment. They've only had one shot on target of the Faroes. Right hand side. Looking for a runner. Ball over the top. It's not going to work there. Backtracking at the same time. And now New Zealand have the ball, as Kieran just spoke about. I'd say they're a bit more comfortable on the ball at the moment. Passing around between the two defenders. Going to get out of trouble there. Payne. Maybe a 1-2. Ball over the top. Just to put a bit of pressure on the defence. Gatti, he gets that all wrong, doesn't he? Now coming forward. Ball into Chris Wood. Holds it up well. Tries to twist and turn. Offside flag, it goes up there. That's so unfortunate. But again, Chris Wood, obviously he wants Scott. He's a number 9. I'm not saying he doesn't. But he's just so selfless in wanting to hold it up and bring other teammates into play. Unfortunately, everything was a little bit off there. But it's just, again, dilly-dallying on the ball. We saw that time and time again in the Uruguay game with Bentancur and Ugarte. We saw it there with Lachine, and they've got to be careful, because New Zealand, you spoke about they're just ready to pounce on anything at a moment's notice.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, they're dangerous on the counter. They've got a really quality front four, 2 good midfielders to make it work. They just need to maybe create that little bit more to try and find the second, because they've not really had a chance over the last 10 minutes or so. But here's Bell, ball to the left.
Trying to come forward. New Zealand would love that second. Great piece of play through the legs. Plays it forward to Singh. He's trying to get a little bit more involved in play. Of course, on the yellow card, so he just have to be careful. Just drives forward. Past 1 or 2 easy as well. Out to Singh. He's going to float a ball into the box. Keeper comes, claims, punches it just up in the air. Didn't have a clue where it went. Kindly fell back into his arms. Quickly gets the game back underway. Ball forward for Marmouche. Sherman gets in front of it. Well defended against the pacey Manchester City forward. I thought he had it up against it. It felt like, oh, Marmouche has got it. Marmouche hasn't got it. Sherman's defended well. Sherman's defended poorly. In the end, he got there and he got the job done. But you do feel that if they can get Marmouche one-on-one with him, Marmouche will get that one opportunity, and of course then it just depends if he bangs it or not.
Yeah, he will. You feel like Marmouche, if he gets one more chance, you don't expect him to miss too many good ones. He's of course forced the keeper into a save already. It wasn't a great chance, it was just one where he made the keeper work. That's all you can really ask from those situations. For a ball from Stamenic is a sloppy one. This game's got a little bit sloppy.
It has, and we see a lot of it. It was an intense start, wasn't it? So I don't know if just the players are coming back down a little bit. Watching that cross back, it was just a punch up in the air from the goalkeeper, just trying to get it clear. And it kindly, as I said, he looked up to Shabir as I think there's a short pause to the game. As yes, there is. There's a player down. Apologies, just went in for confirmation. Looks like it might be number 14, Hamdi Fafi, who's down and receiving a medical treatment. We'll wait for full confirmation of who it is, but that's who my first thought is. That'll be a big blow, and again for Egypt, you're not in the game. If your starters start going off, as we can see, the hydration, there's no hydration break. It's just players going over for a drink, and there's a fourth official almost saying, no, you can't come over. You can stay on the pitch if you want. Just watching back Fafa here, I'm not too sure where the injury might come from, but it is an awkward one if it is, because, again, as I say, I'm not too sure what he's done. We'll have to see him, see if he can play or not. He'll have to be substituted.
Yeah, exactly. It's never a great one, especially when it's centre halves. That really ruins the rhythm and structure of your plans. But let's see if Fatty can continue. Doesn't look like he's going to. Looks like he's going to potentially have to make way for Harami Rabia.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the change, as Kieran rightfully points out. Just waiting for full confirmation from the fourth official. Number 14 is going to be making way. Yes, he is. So, full confirmation. Rabia, number 5, is coming on. And already they've had to use one of their substitutions. Egypt, they've got 2 blocks and 4 changes to make, so they might even make one at half time to make use of those 2 blocks a little bit more kinder to the Pharaohs. But it's over 40.5 minutes played, closing in on 42 here at the Vancouver Stadium. Egypt are 1-0 down at New Zealand. Look at that ball there and behind, and Attire and Lashin just at the moment can't find that pass. If they do try and take it, Salah's the one battling for the ball in the middle. Referee's given a free kick, though. It looks like it might have been a push from Chris Wood. Apologies. Egypt, though, need to come forward down the right hand side with Hani. Back to left hand side, and now first few touches for Arabia. That's a heavy touch. A shot. Is he brought down the left hand side? Yes, he is. Is Lashin. Now it's an opportunity for a free kick, and this is one where you sit and think a left footer isn't bad, but I sometimes would like a right footer just to swing it into the back post, see what they're all about. Egypt over the last 5-10 minutes have kept the lead, but then whenever they lose the ball, they do look very vulnerable.
Yeah, they do. Don't look great, Egypt, in defence, but are starting to look better in attack, which is positive for them. It really is. Marmouche and Salah, the men over this free kick.
The Beeling swings a decent delivery, nodded away, and then booted, almost flicked away, if you will, by Just. All the way back to the goalkeeper, who plays it short, and now Egypt trying to create something once again. Left hand side of a shower. Again, he just has no support on the left hand side, and well, now Fatau comes over, but it's kind of the moment he would have wanted a supporting run has kind of gone, and at the moment they're very, very slow and patient are Egypt. Ball at the back between the two. Out to Park on the left-hand side. Marmouche, is he clipped there? Yes, he is. That's one of them, isn't it, where it's a little bit soft, but you know it's coming. Marmouche is always going to get... I thought they took it quickly there. Referee pulls it back. It's one of them, isn't it? We know it's coming. He gets his body in front of him. He clips him. It's a foul by Bell. It's a little bit soft, but you could see it. He clips his left ankle, the tiniest. But maybe Bell just has to be a bit more switched on to that.
Yeah, I think that's just the difference in quality that we've seen there. The Man City player is sharper to the ball. What a shock. That's kind of just how it works, doesn't it? And yeah, he was sharper. He was more alert to where that ball might go, more switched on. They took it quick and wasted it again. Egypt, and once again it's been hammered clear. It just feels like New Zealand not really focused on trying to play into the final third at the moment. It's the 44th minute. They just want a half-time, it feels.
No, I totally agree with that. I think they're thinking, right, we're 1-0 up. Could we see this out for the 90th minute? Let's take that stoppage time and go from there. Ashar swings one into the box. Well, I say into the box, it goes out of play, back into play. So it's a goal kick before he can even find a ball into the box. There's some 30 seconds of the 45 minutes left to play. Could be a decent amount of stoppage time, of course. A warm welcome if you are joining. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from the Vancouver Stadium as New Zealand lead Egypt 1-0. It was a great bullet header from Sermon to give the All Whites a lead in the 21st minute, give or take. Ball forward. Looking for Chris Wood, very, very quiet. As Karen said, we haven't mentioned him as much as you would think. 45 minutes have elapsed. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Well, there might be an extra 1 or 2, but it's only 4. Lovely hold up play there by Marmouche. Spreads the play to the right hand side to Hani. Zico overlapping. It's not a good ball into the box there. It's going to be cleared away. Out for a throw-in taken quickly. Middle, they're looking for options, and New Zealand happy to sit and camp in their own half almost. Ball forward for Salah. Lovely first few touches, brings it down, ball into the box. A shower is there, and he's just stretching and gets it all wrong, slices it wide. I'd love to see a replay because watching it back, I think he's in a great position, but the ball's a little bit overhit. A replay would be very beneficial to see what it is. From your point of view, Kieran, what should he be doing better there? Should he be getting it on target?
Yeah, I think Sermon ducking down for the header has maybe just made Ashwat lose a little bit of track of the ball. So he doesn't actually know how quick it's come to him. So in the end, it's a really late reaction volley track. I think if he's got eyes on the ball the whole way, he's just meeting it from about 4 yards out, on the volley with a great chance to make it 1-1. Because it is a great chance. We saw him score a great goal in the first game. Harder chance than that one, but that one goes wide.
Yeah, it was wide. You saw that ball into the box as well, and you saw that red jersey. Oh, if you just get on the end of that, that could be the troubles are sorted. Throwing on the left hand side, looking to go forward to Wood. He can't bring it down. Salah battling for it. He's going to win it as well. And now Egypt have space. They've not got enough numbers as you would like, maybe, but they're still coming forward. Back it goes to the left hand side, to the right hand side. Getting late. Looking for the run there of Marmouche. Looking for a 1-2. It won't come off with a shot and himself. And Marmouche just runs over to the goalkeeper, will then pick the ball up and get us back on the way. 7 minutes. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Sorry, we're halfway through that with 47.5 minutes on the clock. And going into half time, Darren Beasley. To a degree, there's nothing I can bluntly, clearly see here and go, that's a mistake, you're not doing that right. I really couldn't. At the moment, I'd be just saying, if I was him, I'm no manager, but just be saying at half time, just keep doing what you're doing, but just keep it up. Don't let them make a mistake, because New Zealand have been so much the better side in this first half.
Yeah, they have. Even though they've been poorer these last 10-15 minutes, that's just what happens when you're winning a game. It's such a big game as well. 4 points absolutely puts you through, no matter whether it's first, second or third. It feels so. Yeah, 4 points would be huge for New Zealand. The fact that they could be going through without having to worry about a game against Belgium is a huge achievement.
I mean, as you said, when you look at groups, that would have been the hard one, won't it, for anyone. Especially looking at this, Egypt still on the ball, looking for an equaliser late on in the last minute of stoppage time of the first half. And it not getting fooled or duped that time by the left-hand side, and just going to let it roll and let Catcher go for a long throw, looking for Wood. A nice header knocked down Sin. Can't come away with the ball, picked up by McCowett. Fighting for a just. He's just so good. Well, does he go? He doesn't keep it in play. Thought he kept it in play with his pace. Last few seconds over to this first half. All eyes will be on the referee as to, well, how much longer do we have to go? This might be the last chance saloon here for Egypt. I tell you, I do believe that will be the half-time whistle. Yes, it is. New Zealand took the lead for a bullet header from Finn Sherman 16 minutes into this game. They've looked a more impressive and positive front-footed approach side. Darren Beasley's team a lot to do in the second half for Egypt and Mohammed and Salah and co. Should be interesting to see what they come out with. But half at a time in the Vancouver Stadium, it is New Zealand who lead 1-0 against Egypt.
Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and he found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America for Egypt. They had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well, who of course plays his football in America. For Egypt, they had a couple chances through Salah and Marmoush. Never really had control of the first half though. As they're 1-0 down, they will want to open up in the second half. Half-time in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It's a very entertaining start to the half, and New Zealand took the lead through a corner. Great delivery whipped in by the fullback Payne, and it found the head of Sermon. A free header, poor defending, but real power. A great leap on the centre half as well. And we will leave that just there, because we are back underway in Vancouver for this one. It is New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. It was a good opening 30 minutes, it felt. Then it died off a little bit. New Zealand have the lead through a corner kick in the 15th minute. Lovely ball in from Tim Payne, straight onto the head of the Portland Timbers centre half, Sermon. Of course, plays football in America. There's a nasty ball whipped in to the penalty area towards Salah, who then goes for goal straight at Crocombe. It's a hesitant effort, isn't it, from Mo Salah, but a decent start to this game. Now, to this half, should I say, from Egypt. It's quite clear that they know what's needed in this second half. It's still myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Lewis Raftery to bring you coverage of this one. Lewis, good start for Egypt.
100%, and you were spot on. The first half an hour was a really good back and forth game. New Zealand deserved the lead. It was a great goal, as you say, but whatever was said in the dressing room at half time, Egypt are responding. They need to, they're going to be coming forward. They don't want that equaliser. This is massive for whoever wins, and even picking up a point won't be terrible, you feel, for either side going into the final game of this group. And you would say that the next game, maybe Egypt have the easier of the two, so if Egypt were to draw, they'd feel confident. New Zealand against Belgium on paper isn't great, but Belgium haven't been great in this tournament. You covered the game, didn't you, earlier? So maybe this New Zealand would maybe beat Belgium, I don't know, but Egypt have been great coming out of they've been fast out the trap, and I'm sure they'd love an early equaliser.
Yeah, they would love that early equaliser, wouldn't they? Egypt maybe feeling that might be just deserving of it with the way they've been pushing on the dot the last moments. There's a strike from distance from Marmoush. Once again, it's almost that laid off technique, isn't it, from the free kick? But this time Marmoush's effort goes wide of the post.
Similar to what they did with Salah, didn't they? He ran over it, did Marmoush, and backheeled it to Mohamed Salah. And that time Salah's shot was, he just couldn't get the right technique for it. That time Marmoush just put his laces through it and absolutely went for it. Very similar to the goal for Cape Verde in the first half to make it 1-0 in that fantastic game. And yeah, hopefully, look, we've seen a few games, of course, this tournament where one half hasn't really lived up and the second half has. The Czech Republic up against South Korea brings a bell. It was a poor first half, and my word, the second half was brilliant. We might get a similar tone, and the longer the game goes on, you feel maybe the more desperate that Egypt might get.
Yeah, they will. They definitely will. 48 minutes on the clock. Egypt in possession. Of course, then final game of the group stage is against Iran. Another one. They'll potentially back themselves to get a result in, but getting a result today would certainly make life a little bit less tense going into it. We now see Hani, lovely flick on down the right-hand side towards Zico. His flick on isn't the best. It's well won by Boxall. Kasase turns away from his man. He's been fouled, and that's a clear as day free kick. And the referee keeps taking a while to give these decisions, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looked at first. I mean, you're correct. It's an easy foul. It's the referee, one of the easiest ones that you're going to see. Zico said he didn't touch him. He scrapes his studs off down the right-hand side of his leg. It's not a nasty one. There's no maliciousness about it. But he does catch him. And I don't know as well, maybe Egypt could do with a formation change, a tactic tweak. At the moment, Zico is a bit more centrally. Marmouche off the left. Have to wait until that plays out. Wood tackle there. Here come Egypt. Yeah,
and it's a good challenge, and it's ball into the area, strike from distance, well blocked away by Sermon. And Kasase with a header beyond his man, and that goes out of play for a throw. And Egypt are well on top, already 3 shots in this second half. Ball in towards a shower. And as long as it stays 1-0, we expect this to continue. A shower from distance hits it, and this shot trickles way wide, but they have started like a house on fire.
They haven't. They're just pressing a bit higher out. They're a bit more intensity about them, and it's much better to see. I think that's pretty poor, just decision making more than anything from a show. He got that beautiful goal against Belgium, of course, so I won't knock him for going for a strike outside the area, but I did think that one was pretty poor, just from a decision making point of view. You had Marmouche on the left hand side. That's a good header. Salah into Marmouche. Here come Egypt.
And here's Marmouche into the penalty area. Cuts inside, opens it up. Another block. And New Zealand having to show heroics at the back so far. And a few blocks flying in. A 5th shot of this second half. Ball on the left-hand side for Fatu. He opens it up, whips it in, takes the deflection out for a throw. This is an onslaught.
It is, and it's really good from Egypt, isn't it? And I think, as you say, I think Marmouche, I don't think it's a terrible strike or a terrible decision. I think that you're spot on. It's just really good defensive play, isn't it? It's similar to, if we're being realistic, I'm not saying it's a similar situation. Cape Verde against Spain, it was just good defending, wasn't it? Lovely play by Marmouche. Egypt again.
Yeah, ball whipped in, well cleared away. And it's going to be Makoa who deals with it. Finds a nice pass for Singh. And can New Zealand finally settle down in this half? Just turns away from his man. Nice play from him to find Stamenic. He switches play. Makoa with a poor little back heel. Shouldn't have done that there. Maybe should have took it into his stride instead. And here's a show-up. Nice first touch. Sets it up for a potential shot. It's well blocked away. Makoa can find Chris Wood for a first touch of the second half from him. Lays it off for Kasase. Ball down the left-hand side looking for Justice. A decent one if he can get there. Slight little nudge. The referee says no foul. Just carries on going. That's got to be a foul. Nothing given in the end. The referee lenient on both occasions. Egypt give the ball away cheaply though. Kasase straight through the heart of that midfield, and then he holds on to it too much. Frustrating from New Zealand there. Forward ball is given straight back to New Zealand. This game's just got very open, with Egypt really pushing to get the leveller. It is going to allow those counter-attacking opportunities. That's great football from Egypt. Here's Kasase on the from New Zealand, should I say, down the left-hand side. Kasase's ball in, well deflected and out for a throw-in. A very frantic start to this second half. Great watch.
It is fantastic. At the moment, I think both sides in the midfield are struggling, aren't they? I don't know if they could do with an extra body for both teams. Balls floated into the box. What a save that is. And what that would have been against a run of play, but that would have been a great goal.
Yeah, it would have been a great goal. Great save as well. Tips it over the bar. What a great deep run. Great ball from Stamenic on target. They win a corner. Could have been a fantastic moment.
It was, and he just does so well as Makoa to almost go, right, the defender's in front of me. If I just kind of dip my head a little bit, just let it try and go over the keeper, he's done his job. Look, watching it back, you expect the keeper to make it, but when you see it coming in, you're thinking, oh, if it could leap over him. And of course, another corner. This is where New Zealand scored their goal from, of course.
Yeah, it is. It's a great opportunity coming up. Payne over this corner kick. Of course, he created the only goal of this one. And he's just recently agreed to join Olympia. And he's whipped it in. Ball well headed away to the edge of the box, just hangs it back in there. It's not cleared as of yet. It's a bit of a scramble, and then finally into the hands of the goalkeeper. A bit of a push from Sermon onto the keeper. He unleashes it pretty quickly. That's really poor from him, gives it straight back, but he's going to get the free kick. That's quite fortunate.
It is. If the referee would have given the free kick straight away, I think fair enough, but considering it's an advantage, but you've let him play, haven't you? That should have just been given there. I let the play go, and it was a mistake from the Egyptian goalie. But again, as you rightfully say, it's very frantic, isn't it? I just think if I'm either team, I just want to get on the ball, and especially New Zealand, take the sting out of the attack. Here come Egypt.
Yeah, and it's Salah in the penalty area. Well defended initially by Boxall. Ball across the face goal, well cleared away by Sermon, and out of play for a throw-in. Ball into the hand of Fatu. Throws it in towards Atia. Finds Ashwar. And Ashwar, who's seen a lot of the ball, the number 8. Looks like he's been more central, hasn't he? He's swapped with Mo Salah. Mo Salah's gone to the right-hand side in this second half. Marmoush turns away, switches play to the right for the fullback Hani. Switches it in for Mo Salah, who turns away towards the number 17, Lachine. And finds number 2, Ibrahim, towards the left-hand side, where we see Marmoush. Drives forward, looks to get the better of his man. Plays it to the left again, finds it back, does Marmoush. In towards Ashwar, who's in the middle of the pack. It's on the left again for Fatu. Marmoush with the return. This is great football and a striker goal, well blocked. Ashwar's second effort is terrible. What a great opportunity that could have been. And here come New Zealand on the counter. It's Makoa who finds Singh. Singh's going to look to switch play with a great ball towards Chris Wood, who's drifted off to the left-hand side there. He's filling in for the left winger. And then the return pass from Chris Wood's not a good one. And gives the ball away again, but a real frantic start to the second half, like we mentioned.
I think it's been a great watch, very entertaining, but that's why the quality's a little bit off, isn't it? Because it's been so frantic, the passes are either coming off very nicely or they're overhit, they're underhit. And if I'm New Zealand, I'm not wanting to play into this chaos at the moment. Egypt are kind of thriving in it. If I'm New Zealand, I really want to slow it down. Now, I'm not saying play out from the back and keep possession, but I'm wanting to slow this game down. I want to stop the flow that Egypt have got. They're coming forward again, and he can't reach that. And once again, it's a little bit overhit, but you are right. It seems as if more Zico's leading the line, Salah's off the right, Ashore is in that number 10 space, as you point out, a bit more central, and Marmoush off the left. And I don't know if that's just to say Salah and Marmoush, you get a bit more involved in the build-up and go from there.
Yeah, headed flick on from Chris Wood almost causes a lot of problems. The goalkeeper meets it on the edge of his box, clears his lines very well. Mo Salah in a foot race with Boxall, and he backheels it. Could have just used his goalkeeper there. The Egypt bench trying to help their side take the throw in quickly as they retrieve the ball for Hani, but it's not made it go any quicker. Hani's only just taken the throw in back into play now in Vancouver. Still 1-0 to New Zealand, 56 minutes on the clock. And as we see Egypt on the front foot from Rabia, the substitute from the first half. He came on for the injured Fati. Now it's on to the right for Hani. Down the line for number 19. Ball into the penalty area. It goes behind for an Egypt corner.
And they need to try and get these corners to Egypt. They need to try and get them right as well, the delivery. I do like how they're being really positive. I can't lie about that. But again, final third, being a problem. Decision maker's been a problem. They take the corner quick. They're still coming forward, trying to create a chance.
Yeah, ball whipped in again. He's going to be blocked out once again for a throw-in. So throw-in taken across to Ashwar. Ashwar then finds Hani. Hani turns away, finds Ashwar again. And they're on the attack now. Number 13, Fatu. Across to Marmoush, driving in once again. Seeing a lot of the ball in this game is Omar Marmoush. He doesn't feel like he's leading the line as the striker, does he? He's dropping absolutely everywhere so far, the CT man. Hani in possession, flicks it into the area, well headed away by Boxall. Only as far as Mo Salah, outside of the boot, ball into the area, straight into the hands of Croker. I think he'll just want to slow this game down because New Zealand need to get a grip of this half.
100%, and whether you slow that down by defending a bit deeper or getting in possession of the ball, they've got to do one or the other. Crookham there, poor clearance looking for Chris Wood, and you just could see what you said perfectly there. Darren Baisley, he's saying to his players, just take a breath, calm down, there's only to boot that long and quick, we're 1-0 ahead. Let's just not make any mistakes by being frantic, by nerves building up. We can win this and we can maybe go get a second, I don't know, but let's not make mistakes. Egypt, we're approaching an hour in, first 15 minutes of the second half. They're doing each up the quality in the final third, but Marmouche is coming forward and finds a show, and the attack continues.
Yeah, he finds the midfielder, Atia. Switch ball out towards Hani, who whips in a dangerous ball, and there's the header, and it's into the back of the net, and it's a goalkeeping howler from Crookham. It's Zico who wheels away with the header to level things up. I say howler, maybe it's a bit harsh, but the header was straight at the keeper. He's almost parried it into the roof of his own net, and it's 1-1.
It's a third goal for his country, and it was only his fifth appearance, and the cameras do pan to the shot stopper for New Zealand, and I do agree with you, Kieran. I wouldn't say, as you said, I think on first watch I can only 100% that why you said it's a howler, because it does look like it. I think it's a great, powerful header, but it's straight at the keeper. That's the biggest problem. If that's left all right, you're not even saying anything about it. I think it's a fantastic ball in the box, though. And what Egypt do, they absolutely pack the box. If anything, Zico is heading it back to the goalkeeper, and he goes with one hand. Why is he not going with two there? If he goes with two hands, he saves that quite easily, if I'm quite honest. I think there's a lot of power behind the header, and I think it's a beautiful header from Zico. Give credit to him. But the keeper has to be doing better. And now, what they haven't thrived, New Zealand have not thrived in this chaotic setting so far in the second half. Egypt have. And now it will become even more chaotic because it is 1-1 and Egypt have their goal. I do worry for New Zealand a little bit because they didn't control and slow the game down as we were both suggesting.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's the third time in this World Cup they've thrown away a winning position, New Zealand, which will be frustrating for them. And Egypt, the tails will be up now, that is for sure. As we see the ball on the left-hand side, find a Schwa, he cuts inside. And he's still going himself. Stamenic puts the foot in. It's a ball towards Hani in the penalty area. He finds Salah. Can he turn away and create the chance? No, he can't. It's well cleared away by Bell. And Chris Wood can hold it up. Good touch from him, just with the ball down the line. Great ball for Makawit, who's there on his own. His header is a decent one. He gets there ahead of Rabiot. He's 1 against 3. And a good footing. He does well to win a throw in there, Makawit.
He's done probably the best he could do, couldn't he? Because apart from maybe somehow getting your body in front of the ball and winning a free kick, that is as best as you can do there. That was perfect from him. And look, I mean, I'm sitting there saying that New Zealand aren't thriving in the chaos. Well, maybe Egypt get a little bit too overzealous, and an attack like that can happen. Substitutions could be important. Long throw in here for New Zealand. It's easily dealt with by Egypt. You'd have to say if you are New Zealand, look, Egypt don't want to concede that as well. But just over an hour played, let's say the hydration break point. If you're New Zealand, you want to at least get into that 1-1 and kind of, let's just play how it is and let's reset them, because if we go 2-1 down and that's 2 goals in 10 minutes, that'd be disasterful for the All Whites.
Yeah, it would be. We now see the ball on the left-hand side. 61 minutes on the clock. New Zealand 1, Egypt 1. Rabiot switches play to the right side. What a ball that is for Ashwa. Good take as well. He's been taken down. Silly challenge from Ksase.
It is a lovely ball, as you said. Yeah. But that right-hand side, the full-backs in Hani on the right and Fatau on the left, they're really being given that licence to go forward. And a credit to Sammy Sk, he has kind of just said, we need to attack, guys. We need to leave that space in behind and get bodies forward. Hani's put some great deliveries in. They take it short once again. Cross comes in. Yeah,
cross comes in, and the referee stopped play. I think he's given a free kick to New Zealand in the build-up of this. I actually can't tell because the New Zealand players don't seem too happy.
I don't know if he's making them take it again because of a foul as it was coming in. You're right, there's a melee in the box. He's got his eyes on, I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. But
I don't think the referee's got a clue.
No, I mean, similar, I say this because in the last game we covered the Uruguay Cape Verde, a lot of fouls didn't go, well, to be like at the moment as free kick comes in.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. The free kick comes in and he gives a free kick for a foul. And that is frustrating from an Egypt point of view.
I think it's frustrating from an every point of view, isn't it? Because New Zealand will probably sit there and go, you could have just done that 2 minutes ago and saved a bit of time. I mean, looking at the group, 2 games played, goal difference 0 for everyone and 2 points. So, I mean, my word, that will be a thrilling match day 3, no doubt about it, though.
Yes, we now see the ball across to the left-hand side. It's going to be with Boxall, who finds Sermon. The goal scorer for New Zealand carries it forwards. Decent touches from him in towards Makoa. Got to get Just involved, haven't they, in this second half? And Chris Wood. Not seen anything of Chris Wood in this game. As we see Makoa to the right-hand side for Payne. Payne turns away. 62.5 minutes on the clock. 1-1 between these two nations. The final game of the night. And, of course, day in the native countries this game has been played in. As you now see, Stamanic turns onto his right boot. He finds 7. Finally, a bit of controlled possession for New Zealand. Ball in towards Bell, who's got a lot of space to turn into. He doesn't. He plays it to the left instead for Boxall, who carries it forwards into space. He's got Singh for company. Didn't use him, which he'll be frustrated with. Plays it all the way back for Stamanic. Now it's Sermon. Finds it to the right side. This is nice play from New Zealand. It's Payne in a lot of space. He turns away there after looking into the penalty area. Chris Wood will have been wanting a deep ball in there, which he didn't get. Ball for Stamanic, who finds the space for Makoa. He opens it up for Chris Wood, lays it off for Bell. Decent chances coming up potentially for New Zealand, and then that's a poor ball from Makoa, and they waste that opportunity. Ball well intercepted by Kasasa, and there's Makoa, who steps in once more. He's coming forwards. He finds Singh. Poor first touch from him, gives it away, and Egypt can clear their line through Ashwa. He gives it straight to Singh, though. Terrible from Ashwa. Here's Bell. Switches it for Stamanic. Takes the touch. He's going to hit it from distance. Great sliding block. And it's a great block as well, because it finds Marmouche, who's on the break. Away down the left-hand side. Plays it in behind. Looking for Salah into the penalty area. Good defending from Boxall. Just slows it down. Salah has to turn and finds Zico, who turns it onto his right boot. His ball into the penalty area is appalling.
It is. That's really poor. And I thought it was really poor from Marmouche, if I'm being bluntly honest as well. I thought that on the left-hand side, as Zico looking at him 4 attempts, of course, he got the goal as well with that great header. Better goalkeeper should do better. But Marmouche, it's a poor pass for Salah. It sends him so wide. If I'm Marmouche, I think you've just got to keep dry. He gets his head up, and you know what? Slow yourself down, get your head up. Right, my options are pretty limited. Just get the jets on and fly, and you know what? If you get it into Salah and put it on a plate for your skipper, fair enough, but I think you've just got to be a bit more, and I don't know if that's the chaotic 20 minutes we've had of the second half being a bit of fatigue building, and again, that hydration break probably in a game like this actually being beneficial for both sides. We're going to make a change here, and New Zealand, McCowett on a yellow card as well is going to come off, so I understand that. But again, this could be so important where changes come in and fresh legs really change the game for both sides. Old is on and McCowett is off.
Yeah, as we now see the ball in towards Bell. He's lost out. That is a terrible free kick from New Zealand. And here comes Salah down the left-hand side. He finds Marmouche, who's into the penalty area. Great chance. His final touch is terrible. And he gives the ball away. Good challenge in from Bell. Payne with the ball down the right-hand side. Great touch from Just. We've not seen a lot of him in this second half, but he drives in, and it's a great drive from him. He looks for the pass to Chris Wood. That is an awful ball. And this is getting to an open stage like we saw at this stage from Uruguay and Cape Verde. Ball whipped in towards the back post. Decent one. Chris Wood challenging. Great goalkeeping.
He's just strong, isn't it, in the air. Chris Wood, he wants that cross. Maybe just a little bit less power and height on it. But I think that's strong, confident goalkeeping. But at the moment, this could just take that one perfect pass, couldn't it? Because it's so hectic, and the quality is really not on show. We know it is there, of course, but because of the hectic nature, the quality's taking a bit of a dip for the moment. A mistake at the back there. You're right about Just that you've got to get him involved, get Chris Wood involved, even if it's going long to him, as Old does also well there. He's caught on the back of his leg, maybe unintentionally, but as he tries to hold the play, there's no foul either. Again, I thought that was a foul. So New Zealand are maybe down to 10 for a moment. Here come Egypt.
Yeah, we're almost seeing that back-to-back game. Almost butterfly effect, aren't we, from this game's just opening up. And here come Egypt on the attack, and it's Salah who guides it home. And Egypt have turned the game on its head, and it's that man, Mo Salah, Mr. Consistent. The Egyptian king turns the game on its head from 1-0 down. They go 2-1 up. The New Zealand players are not happy with the referee for allowing the play to continue. It's controversial, but Mo Salah has the all-important goal.
I mean, it's a beautiful finish from Salah. Passes it in the back of the net. And that's the quality we spoke about, wasn't it? It's going to be a piece of quality in this chaotic nature that turns this game around, whether it was New Zealand and a finish from Chris Wood or that link-up play down the right-hand side. And if I'm perfectly honest, I do feel for New Zealand, because for me it was a foul on Old. But this is great play down the right-hand side. Salah's involved, Zico as well. Just back heels it into the path of Salah on a plate for him. First time finish on his ever so reliable left boot, as you say. No chance for the goalkeeper. It's a great finish as well. Stretching to get there is Crocombe. He was at fault, you'd have to say, or has to take a lot of the fault for the first goal. That one there's nothing can do about. I would wonder if they will look at it. I wonder, they say about sequence of play, don't they? Is it still a part of the play? You'd have to say it's less than 30 seconds from the foul to the goal, so I don't think you discount that. Whether they'll look at it or not and change it, I don't know. It's a great goal from Egypt, but that does it's up in the air still, isn't it? You don't know where it's going to go, but a piece of quality came. Salah, as you say, the man for the moment, the big one, and he gets Egypt 2-1-2. The good looks like, regardless of what you think with VAR checks and what should be fouls, what shouldn't be, it's going to stand.
Yeah, it's going to stand. As Egypt are 2-1 up. We now see the ball with Stamenic from the kick-off. It would usually be around this time we see the hydration break enter. That's a poor touch from Payne, but now New Zealand are losing this. It's for them to open up in this game and really go for it and start creating the opportunities, which fingers crossed they do, to make it that entertaining game. But with that 69 minutes on the clock, we've reached the halfway stage of this second half. It is New Zealand 1, Egypt 2, and it will be Lewis to take you through to full time.
Cheers, Kieran. Yeah, I think you're spot on, and I thought that after that goal, we got to, what was it, 22 minutes into the first half, the referee gave the hydration break. I thought that was a perfect time for the hydration break after that goal, but we're going to continue. As you said in the Belgian game, what was it, 30 minutes into it, we got the hydration break, but now we spoke about that could be terrible for New Zealand. You go into the hydration break 2-1 down. At the moment, it's exactly what they will be doing. And Egypt, I think if they go get a third, that might be game over. New Zealand, they do look very tired, I do have to say, and Egypt have almost got that second win, that second bit of life, especially after scoring. And now, when it was 1-0 down, they really were coming forward at 1-1. They slowed it down, but wanted that second goal to take the lead. Now, they are happy to just have the ball, control it, knock it around. I can imagine they're looking at it. As Oldie's still off the pitch, finally he's allowed back on. He was off the field quite a while, so I don't know if there was a different reason as to why he wasn't allowed on. Ball from right to left, picks out on the right hand side, the fullback Hanny. Salah looks to put it over the top for Mamouche, the pacey forward. Still can't get to that one, just a little bit too much on it there from Salah. But if he sets it up on a plate for Mamouche there, you're thinking 3-1 game done and dusted. Zico, he's had a really good second half, more centrally along with Salah, and it's worked an absolute treat. Salah into Mamouche, and Shaw with a heavy touch, but still comes away with the ball. He was a goal scorer in the 1-1 draw against Belgium. At the moment, Egypt, well, that goal is absolutely massive as they're coming forward once again. Haley with a ball into the box. It's easily collected by Crocombe, plays it long quickly. Singh can't get the touch, and Egypt coming forward again. Mamouche looks to dink it over the top for Salah. Might have been in an offside position. New Zealand do deal with it though. Old trying to come over the ball, clears it. Poor clearance. Only finds Halley, and New Zealand, they're looking really out of it at the moment. Mamouche, edge of the area, is he taken down? A referee says no. He went down inside the penalty area. I thought it might have been clipped just outside. Now forward come New Zealand. Payne out to the left-hand side. Too Old. Singh tries to poke it through. Good tackle there at the back from Ibrahim. And Egypt come away with the ball. 72 minutes on the clock. And no hydration break in sight. The ball goes out of play. My assumption would be we will get one now. That's what we were waiting for the ball to go out of play. Of course, at the moment, well, we spoke about it earlier. Every game in this group has, in Group G, been a draw. And Belgium and Iran was a draw earlier, a goalless one. Well, this would be the first team to win, would Egypt? So they would go atop of the table. How important that would be in New Zealand. We relegated to bottom of the table, if you will. The hydration break is upon us. Just over 72 minutes played. All the action from the Vancouver Stadium. Looks like a beautiful Sunday evening in Vancouver. Here for us, it's early hours of the morning. Warm welcome if you are joining us. You might just be waking up for an early Monday morning shift. I'm not too sure, but it is Group G action. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the last moments. Of course, we're almost into the fourth quarter. If anyone's more interested in that, it's New Zealand 1, Egypt 2. New Zealand took the lead for a bullet header in the first half of Finn Sermon. Egypt, though, with 2 quick-fire goals in the second half. One a great header from Zico. Maybe Max Crocombe will look at, he could have done much better. But then who else than Mo Salah to make it 2-1, give Egypt the lead. This hydration break will be ever so important for the rest of this game. And Kieran, we're probably looking, obviously, just over 15 minutes of the 90 to go. Stoppage time will anywhere between 4 minutes to 9 minutes to a degree with the goals. We'll have to see how it plays out. The hydration break, who does it benefit?
I think New Zealand need it. They look tired, and when you're tired and in need of a game, that leads to conceding more chances, actually, and that's how Egypt would have the way through to just go and seal it. I would maybe change one of Bell and Stamenic, because, like I said, those two just looking a little bit tired in midfield, needing a bit of energy to carry them forwards in those counter-attacking opportunities, because Egypt are pushing for a third. They're not sitting back, so I think it will benefit them. You mentioned about the added time. It's the last game of the night, so they'll probably give us 10 added on, because they don't want us in the UK to go to bed.
No. As I said, there might be people at the back end of this game waking up for early shifts or anything like that. Myself and Kieran, well, I've been on the double. Kieran's been going since 8 o'clock you've been going since, so Kieran's been in it for the long haul. The Belgium game wasn't the greatest one. We had an absolute barnstormer in Miami with Uruguay and Cape Verde. I think the opening half an hour to this was fantastic, and so far the second half's been great. I can't lie, but I've got a bit of deja vu of, after the last hydration break in the first half, it kind of slowed down a bit, didn't it? So we hopefully it'll just continue to go up and up from here. I've got some pictures of the fans in the stands. In every game at the World Cup, I think it's actually been fantastic so far for the atmosphere that they're bringing. Of course, we've seen some Liverpool jerseys in the Egyptian crowds. And as well, we've seen a lot of, just for example, just fans who can get tickets in and around the area. We've seen a couple of Toronto jerseys, Columbia jerseys. I saw one of them. As a double change is going to be made. Fatau is going off. Waiting for confirmation of who is coming off for him. There's going to be a change as well for New Zealand. I believe Singh will be the man going off. Looks like it's going to be a double change. Apologies. Kasase is going off with Singh, and Thomas and Randall are coming on for them. And Marmouche will be one of the players coming off the field to play. He hasn't had the most impressive afternoon, evening, you'd have to say. So Trezeguet is on for him, just waiting for full confirmation of the double change. It will be Zico as well. I thought he's been excellent in the second half. I can understand why he's coming off, but Trezeguet and Hamza Abdel Karim are on the field of play. And what you'd have to say is both teams have made not attacking changes because they're like for like, but in the fresh legs in attacking areas. So I think Egypt think third goal will finish it off. Of course, New Zealand want the equaliser. So fresh legs in attacking areas.
Hopefully sets for a good end as well. Hopefully both sides are in their own reasons thinking, let's just go for this completely. Because like we keep saying, the winner of this game goes through. Yes, of course, you still want to go and win that last game. It just adds less pressure. So this last 15 minutes is huge for both sides. And if New Zealand were to go and get a point, they'd still be quite confident they can make it through. Well, you never know. 2 points in third might be enough. As much as it seems tricky to be so, it might be. And New Zealand just struggling to create chances right now.
Yeah, and at the moment, I know it's a hydration break. We are just back underway now, probably about closer to a 4-minute stoppage, if I'm being honest, of when we're looking at time being added on. And I'd have to say that's a lovely turn from Salah. Egypt coming forward. It's one of them, isn't it, that I think Egypt are looking for a third. They won't go gung-ho for it, But as Kieran rightfully said, when the opportunity to win is there, it's exactly what they want to do. Ball lofted over the top for a Shaw. He's had a push in the back. The referee says so. The linesman didn't put his flag up, so I thought again something was going to be given more than it was. It looked like a foul. I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but I thought the referee was given a lot so far in this game, was going to let that one go as well. But New Zealand have the free kick inside the run area. Nice run here coming forward from Boxall. Forced to go back. He wanted a free kick, saying that he was being pushed and shoved. Referee says no. But now it's going to be an interesting, intense, you'd have to say, final, maybe just call it 20 minutes or so, with stoppage time included as well. Just he's not been near enough involved in this second half for what you would like. I'm still coming forward. Stamanic. I do agree with what Kieran said. I think that midfield could do with fresh legs. I thought that was a good tackle there from Trezeguet, trying to come forward. I thought he won it well off of Thomas, who's still trying to find his feet in this game. Of course, we spoke about Marmouche coming off. He's a pacey forward. Up Trezeguet and Abdel Karim. They're no slouches as well, and maybe the fresh legs could be an opportunity. But just before his free kick comes in, Marmouche didn't really live up to the expectations, at least I thought myself and you had for him this afternoon.
Yeah, he didn't. He's been quiet. I think he's been okay in build-up, but in terms of being in front of goal, hasn't had too many chances. New Zealand with the ball in from Payne, looking for the head of Chris Wood. New Zealand win a corner.
It was a good ball into the box again, looking for Chris Wood.
Free kick in the end.
Yeah, it looks like a player's gone down. Looks like maybe just it's a head injury as well, possibly. Gets a shoulder maybe in the back. Does Ibrahim, the Egyptian number 2. So it looks like that might be a sore one for him. Just over 10 minutes of the 90 to go. New Zealand 1, Egypt 2. Whatever stoppage time we do have, but again, looking at the table, as Kieran rightfully said, 2 points could secure you third place in this group. Egypt against Iran. Although this kind of confirms Egypt qualification, first, second or third, I can imagine they will still want to beat Iran to a degree, just to ensure, or at least not lose, let's say, whereas New Zealand and Belgium, that is kind of, I could imagine that being winner takes all, and loser maybe goes home, who knows. Imagine looking at this group and seeing Belgium would be the side that would go out. A very disappointing tournament so far for the Red Devils. Salah picks it up on the right hand side, a shot, looking to drive forward on that right hand side, fizzes one into the box. Nearly falls kindly for Trezeguet. Left hand side opportunity. Strike comes in straight at the goalkeeper there from Fatau. Just couldn't catch it on his stronger left foot. His right foot was a tepid curling effort straight at the goal. It was an easy hole for Crocombe. He does a bit long looking for Chris Wood as soon as he can. Still very frantic, and the ball spending a lot of time in the air with long balls. Falls kindly in the middle for Attaya. 1-2 between himself and a Shaw. Pucks it wide to Salah on the right side. I'm sure he'd love to get a second. A Shaw back to Salah. Opens up a curling effort, takes a deflection. That could have gone anywhere, but it's out for Egyptian corner. And at the moment, New Zealand very much second best.
Yeah, they are. It seems like they don't have the energy to fight back in for this one. Maybe looks towards the next game for them. But yeah, it's the goalkeeper making the save moments ago. Another corner coming up. Egypt looking to kill this one.
If they get the third, that'll be done and dusted. Goal difference could be massive, who knows? And I'm sure that they'd love that 2-goal buffer. Unfortunately for New Zealand as well, you're probably looking at going, we don't want to lose, but if we lose by a goal, it's not terrible for our goal difference possibly. If we lose by 2, that could be something of a real warrant to take notice of. Salah swings one into the front post, and it's in the back of the net. Trezeguet, the substitutes, on for Marmouche, and he's the man who heads it in the back of the net. Salah with a low corner into the front post. A great header from Trezeguet. What a turnaround in the second half for Egypt. They were 1-0 down at half-time. New Zealand just look like they're out of ideas. And on the stroke of the 82nd minute, it is New Zealand 1, Egypt 3, all 3 points going for the Pharaohs.
Yeah, exactly that. Big header. We said it's a moment of time till Egypt get that third. They've got the third. It's the super sub Trezeguet, formerly of Aston Villa, of course. Big moment in this one. We said Marmouche hadn't done enough in front of goal. Well, his replacement certainly has. Great header. Game, set and match, it feels, in this one. New Zealand, the tired legs just showed.
Would you say as well, especially watching it back, that New Zealand's goal, it's one of them. Great ball in from New Zealand's goal for Sermon. Great header, poor defending. Would you say it's a very similar kind of situation? Good ball from Salah, good header, but poor defending from New Zealand.
Yeah, really poor defending. I mean, they all just looked too tired to even make the run.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Towards
they were almost pointing, weren't they?
Yeah,
where are you with your run?
It was poor. It was really poor. Egypt, this second half, they've deserved it. New Zealand, from 30 minutes onwards, haven't been able to maintain those levels. Looks like Egypt's preparing another double change.
Looking to maybe seal this game off. They do have one substitution left. Fafi came off in the first half of an injury. They made that double change. The goal scorer of the third, Trezeguet, and Abdel Karim for Marmouche and Zico. So they'll make that double change in just a few moments, I can't imagine. But you even look at the stats, and I know football's not played on paper, but 9 shots for New Zealand, 18 for Egypt, and they might not be done here, as that's a poor pass, picked up by Trezeguet. Salah has it on the left-hand side, puts a ball into the box, header is on target and saved. Is there a foul? Yes, there is, against Abdel Karim. He was a man who maybe just pushed over, box all there, and the foul's given against the young forward. But again, 4 shots on target for New Zealand, 6 for Egypt, 0.61 XG for New Zealand, 1.76. As watching back the replay, the goal for Salah, the foul, the wanted on Olds. Watching it back, do you think it is a foul? Do you think the referee's let it go? I mean, he's let a lot of things go. Do you think that's one of them where maybe a referee would give that a foul and Old would win the free kick? But because how the referees officiated this one, kind of goes that yes, he wouldn't give that.
It's a big turning point in this game. But I mean, we saw the reason why it took him so long to come back on, because his shorts were completely ripped. If you do that to someone, you're fouling them at the end of the day. So yeah, maybe on another day they'd have got that decision and this game wouldn't have got out of hand for New Zealand, but ultimately they've not played well enough anyway.
No.
Have they in this one? They're preparing a couple of changes. Bindon one of them, De Vries the other, so 2 defensive changes as well.
Yeah, it might just be let's take this 3-1 defeat and we'll almost move on. Is something I can imagine. Again, as I spoke about earlier, maybe goal difference is something on the mind as well. Just waiting to get full confirmation as we spoke about. And defensive changes. As Kieran said, Mohamed Salah's come off as well. Justin Payne. And again, just that first 45 minutes, or maybe let's call it 30 minutes, it was superb. But in the second half, New Zealand never found any rhythm. And most likely because of Motherwell man didn't find any rhythm himself. So now match day 3, absolutely massive for New Zealand, Belgium and Iran. It will be Belgium against New Zealand. That should be interesting to see how that one does play out. New Zealand have the ball at the back. Again, maybe if they could get one push, but I don't think they're going to sacrifice too much, you'd have to say. Don't want to again maybe lose another goal. Look, we fall down the right hand side though. Going to find a ball into the box. They can, but it deflects off the backside of Arabia, but then back off the left shoulder of Thomas and out for the goal kick. And when you look in, when you look starting, and we're watching it back, it's a beautiful diving header from Trezeguet as well for the third. And sometimes that's the quality that Marmouche has had a great game. You maybe say he's a better player than Trezeguet, but the drop off isn't massive. That when Trezeguet comes on for Marmouche, and that's the difference maybe for Egypt. We've already spoke about, you highlighted it. Egypt at long last will get their first World Cup victory, and then it's about building on that.
Yeah, it is. It really is about building on that one. You see the ball go out of play for throwing, but Egypt more than likely through now. And with the game against Iran, I think they'll be confident they can win the group now. I'd be quite surprised if they don't.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. It's almost dependent on, again, as you said, if Belgium and New Zealand draw, depending on the Iran-Egypt result, it could see 2 points go through in second and third, couldn't it? So that would be a very interesting one. We'll have to see how that one would work out. Throwing here on the right-hand side, high for New Zealand. It's a really good ball into the box, headed away to the edge of the area. Falls for Bell, tries to put it back into an area. Cernum, Stamanic trying to come away with the ball, putting pressure on this New Zealand backline once again. Left hand side for Olds. Comes to Bell on the left, further wide than he was. Ball will be floated into the back sticks, heads go up. Well defended by Fatal, but it was last off of him. So it will be another throw in. So New Zealand building up a bit of pressure here. It has to be said. If they do get one before stoppage time, could be in for an interesting late bit of drama here at the Vancouver Stadium. Another throw in from the right hand side coming up. It'll be another long one, this time from Boxall. Maybe that's someone you want in there. So clearance away into the Vancouver Sky from Lachine. It goes out for a corner. And again, at the moment, now they're putting that much pressure on Egypt. If they get one, who knows what we go for?
Yeah, who knows? We could be in for a dramatic ending. We thought we were destined for a late goal in Uruguay versus Cape Verde. We never got it, but it was a great ending, wasn't it? 88 minutes on the clock, New Zealand. They need a lifeline. If they're to get back in this and get something, it has to go now.
It's going to be a good delivery as well. More importantly, 90 seconds until we hit 90 minutes. It's an in-swinger from the far side. It's a decent delivery. Now, can Egypt hit on the counter-attack? They're looking to drive forward. It's a lovely ball. Oh, it's Oldie's going to get there first. I thought they had much more power and much more pace on it. It didn't fall for Trezeguet. I thought he had a one-on-one opening up in front of his eyes and a brace, possibly for the substitute. Never fell. New Zealand get the ball back. Of course, we've got the last few games of match day 2 of the World Cup, if you will, coming up shortly over the next few days. And of course, as the final group games that take centre stage, Saturday early doors, Friday night in North America. Ball into the box, heavy touch from Chris Wood, out of play for a goal kick for Egypt. It is New Zealand against Belgium at 4 AM UK time Saturday morning. As I say, it'll be Friday night, if you will, in the BC Place in Vancouver. So New Zealand will be able to at least stay within the same camp, if you will. There won't be too much travelling for the All Whites, whereas Egypt, of course, facing Iran at the same time. Both games, of course, covered on this service. That'll be Seattle, where Egypt did play Belgium, so back down to Seattle for Egypt, whereas New Zealand can stay in the same vicinity. At least driving forward here down the right-hand side, still going well defended there by Atai. He had to get that right himself, and Lachine doubling up almost. Ball over the top, looking for Zizo, too much on it. Well collected there by Boxall. Just about to it, 90 minutes. And we'll get full confirmation. 7 minutes of stoppage time. And unfortunately, that third goal with Trezeguet kind of just finished this game off. And again, New Zealand, they want that goal, but they definitely don't want to concede another. And again, I think the second half lived up to the billing, but New Zealand, they just haven't really got going in this second half. As you rightfully said, Egypt deserved this completely. This 3-1 lead have been fantastic, and now, as I said, it's about momentum, isn't it? They need to take that into Iran, and again, they'll want to win that game to kind of make a statement of topping the group, won't they?
Yeah, exactly that, and they will want to make the statement. They'll want to go make the statement by demolishing Iran as well, who have, of course, drawn both their games so far. You now see Bell with the ball to the right-hand side. Just not gone for New Zealand in the second half.
It's not. They never really got out of the stalls. I mean, credit to Egypt for the tactic changes they made and how intent they were as well. But New Zealand just haven't got going in this second half. Right-hand side. Look at that. Bynum might put that ball into the box. That's a good one. Look at Chris Wood. Keeper comes out to claim it. Still in the possession of the All Whites on the left-hand side. Find a ball into the box. Back it goes to Boxall. Stamanic. It's not a packed out box. He's going to float it into the back sticks. Keeper comes to claim. Gets it all wrong. But there's going to be a foul against the defender, Binden. looked like he went up and maybe collides with the keeper. I thought it was a little bit unlucky for it to be a foul. You can understand why it is at the same time, and I see that because the referee's given some decisions. I feel Biden can't do too much about it. He does kind of knock it out of the hands of the goalkeeper, but you could say as well that the goalie could be a little bit stronger. And I suppose we speak about going into the next game. If you're Iran, you will think, right, if the second half Egypt rock up, we're going to have a lot of trouble. If the first half do, we might get something. Yeah. New Zealand been poor in the second half, but if that first half New Zealand rock up against Belgium, I think they could definitely do the Red Devils in. Yeah, they could. And a win for New Zealand, then wow. What a final game. It'd be Belgium to not go through, as there's a terrible pass at the back. He rounds the goalkeeper with a chance, sits him down. Oh, he hit the post. Oh, is it saved? What a chance that is. Wow. How has Zizou, the substitute, not scored? That would have been some goal. I don't know if he's hit the post or if it's been saved there. No, I'm not too sure. Either way, as you say, that should have been 4-1. It was a mistake at the back, as Kieran rightfully pointed out. Goalkeeper Crocombe came to make up for the error defensively. He just put himself on New Zealand 3.5 minutes into stoppage time of this second half. We're halfway through the 7 minutes allotted. Of course, that is minimum, it has to be said. Another in-swinger coming in. Into the back stakes. Binden nods it back into a dangerous area. That's not a great header. Still battling for it. It's a melee in the box. Egypt will come away with the ball. Trezeguet's not going to get there. It will be Belf there first. But credit to New Zealand. They are trying to come forward in their droves. Again, that 2-goal buffer is, well, from the response there from Old, someone's down and he's not happy about it. There's an Egyptian player down holding his face. Again, there was a melee of players. I'm not quite sure who it is that's gone down. He's asking for medical treatment, so there will just be a pause in play for what looks like a head injury going up there. I mean, he goes down, does Abdel Magid. The only thing that hits him in the head is the ball, so unless that's suddenly made of lead, that is a bit of a... that's not an injury you're going to get. Abdel Karim's gone over for a little bit of water and instructions again. The fourth official trying to show. Watching it back, and it is a save. It's an outstretched right leg for Max Crocombe, and the Egyptian fans, well, they were celebrating when Zizou went past the goalkeeper, weren't they? They thought that it was 4-1, and party time was getting even better with a 4-1 lead over the 3-1. But unfortunately, it is good goalkeeping, and Zizou just took his up. I can imagine as well, the 3-1 up, so he's not as, I don't need to score this. If that was 1-1 and he had that chance, he might be enemy number 1 for a lot of Egyptian fans. Yeah, exactly that. I think if New Zealand, I actually thought they should have done better from that set piece. Binden won the header. He's got every right to be frustrated with his teammates because nobody was flying in and wanting it. Nobody was wanting it in that aspect for New Zealand. Could have been a really nervy and good ending to the game. Yeah, it could have been. Imagine as well if they'd have made it 3-2 after Zizou didn't put that ball in the back of the net. Of course, it is a pause in play, so there was 7 minutes added time. We're probably looking at another 2 or 3 as it does stand. As I did say, of course, all the games over the coming weeks, it's finishing off the group stages, or as we go into the knockouts, will all be covered on this service, of course, later today. For us, of course, in the UK, 6 PM kickoff. I think there's two fantastic games on, if I'm being quite honest, in Argentina and Austria, and France against Iraq, and then one that I'm looking forward to. It's very early in the morning, Norway against Senegal, Jordan, Algeria follow that. Tuesday evening, Portugal, Uzbekistan. Well, of course, I'm sure a lot of people looking forward to England against Ghana. And the games the following day, at midnight, Panama and Croatia, and Colombia and DR Congo. That'll finish off match day 2, and from there on out, we'll be getting double-ups, if you will. For example, at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, will be Bosnia versus Qatar, as well as Switzerland and Canada, of course, from the same group, and then Morocco, Haiti, and then Scotland and Brazil. That should be a belter of a game between the Tartan Army and the Brazil national side. I wonder if Neymar will be involved. That'll be an interesting one. As I say, all those games will be on this service as we finish off the group stages, finish off match day 2, roll into match day 3, and then also go into the knockout stages. We played 7 minutes of stoppage time, but a good 3 minutes we were waiting for play to get back underway. So I think at the minimum, if I'm being honest, although this game probably is wrapped up at New Zealand 1, Egypt 3, on official independent off-tube studio commentary of this Group G clash. Probably got another 3 minutes, probably hit over 100. And the Vancouver Stadium, another long throw coming up here for the All Whites. As Kieran said, could they get a goal and make this really interesting for us? He's got a good long throw in on him as the New Zealand defender. Puts it right in the mixer. Falls for Stamenic. Puts it back into an area. What a save. It's still bobbing around in the penalty area. Egypt finally clear their lines. And now here they drive forward on a counter-attack. Trezeguet into Zizo. He's already had a massive chance to make it 4-1. Puts it on a play for Trezeguet. Krokub comes out though. Makes himself big. And it's laughed off the number 7. And again, you spoke about late drama, Kieran. We nearly got it there. It was off, if I want to say, Binden. Yeah. And it's just a great reaction from the goalkeeper. But if I'm honest, more about right place, right time, and a great reaction.
Great reaction, saves. One that just seals the deal for Egypt, doesn't it? Game, set, and match. New Zealand 1, Egypt 3. It feels can't really have too much longer. Maybe a minute left.
As well, so Abdel Magid has gone off with a suspected concussion, and Abdel Monim is on for him. So the bid all 5 substitutions have the Faroes Egypt, but because it's a head injury concussion, suspected concussion, he is being able, of course, to go off the field and make that substitution. All eyes on the referee for whenever the full-time whistle will be blown. Ball played forward, a bit of a chancing one there, looking for the run of Zizo. Up in the middle and driving forward now. Great tackle in the middle. The young forward Abdel Karim goes back to the goalkeeper. Hasn't had I don't think, if I'm quite honest, Shabir hasn't had a bad game. He hasn't had a good game. I think the goal that New Zealand scored was poor defending in front of him. Not too much you could do about. Crook Combs made some great saves. He was poor for the equaliser that got Egypt going just before the hour mark. 99.5 minutes on the clock. Ball forward for Chris Wood. Nods it down for Old, but hacked away by Ibrahim. He's going to find Trezeguet as well. I'm sure he's looking at find that corner and drive further forward. Push it out to Zizo on the right hand side. He's driving forward. Takes it past a few players. Back it goes to the left hand side. We're about to hit 100 minutes on the clock and go into the 101st minute. Oh, football, if you will. So all eyes on the referee, Omar Mohamed Al Ali, the UAE official. Egypt coming forward and like to make it 4. Zizo ball into the box, deflected away, and you would like to think that will be that. Waiting for full confirmation, waiting for the referee's whistle, and the whistle does go. It has been an exceptional second half for Egypt. New Zealand took the lead for a bullet header from Finn Sermon, but 3 goals in the second half. Egypt were fantastic. Zico with a great header just before the hour mark, and who else but Mo Salah to give them that 2-1 lead in the 67th minute. Poor defending from New Zealand, a great diving header from Trezeguet gave them a 3-1 lead as they do at top of Group G. New Zealand out at the bottom, Belgium to come for them. Egypt will face Iran in a few days' time, but full time from the Vancouver Stadium. A second half comeback secures 3 points in a 3-1 victory for Egypt.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the